and Marla are the same. People believe that. Oops, I thought I hit ignore. Hello, can you call Audrey's phone line? You're live on Zoom, so whatever you say, you could be held accountable for. I don't know who this is calling.
Excuse me?
You're live
Hello?
on a video right now. I'm live streaming, and for some reason, your phone call just popped up. Can you call her? There, okay, I'm hanging up here.
That's weird. I'll call her.
That was weird.
I've never even seen that as an option.
That's not even an option. That's so funny. Okay, so I was just over on Facebook, guys. Sorry about that. And I was playing this beautiful song that I want you to hear.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in.
Okay, so the exercise I want you guys to try real quick. While you're listening to the song, I want you to ask where in your whole self you are, okay? So say, take me to the place where this music was channeled from originally, okay? Because Disney was actually a Christed being. He wasn't Christ, but he made it to the Christ level, meaning he activated all the way up to the seventh chakra. So maybe like Ascended Master. Nope, he got up to the Christed level. Which would explain why Disney was so like good and then so bad at the same time, because with everything there's the anti to it. So if you're into Christ, you have to believe in the Antichrist. Who's sighing into here? Let's see here. Uh-oh, who is that? I can't mute it.
She was gonna.
Hello. Anyways, so I want you guys to write down things that you got creeped out about like the New Age world or spirituality or whatever. But the guides are here and they just said to feel where you are at the different parts of this song. It's a trip. It's kind of almost like a roadmap to ascension. So say like, I am now the place where this song initially was channeled from. What do you feel? I felt like a hook go, like pull me up. I'm swinging.
Like a cane.
Uh-huh.
You know how it has like that.
Where they pull you off the stage?
Yeah, but it was like through my belly button.
Okay, so it's a Hara line. That's like your life force energy.
Okay. All right, wrong.
Well, I felt it on my back, so I'm flipped right now. So oops, and I'm doing boob shots. Werner's not in here yet. Yeah, Werner's not in here yet, so it's okay. He's the only guy here. Okay, so just kind of close your eyes and just feel where you are, what comes up for you. Like they're talking about diamond skies, a whole new world, and think this was written in what, 1980 something? I used to listen to this in junior high.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath,
things
it
to
gets
see.
better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise. Every moment red letter. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
Thrilling chase.
A wondrous place for you and me.
Now feel this one. It doesn't sound right. That sounds way too like,
Star Wars.
yeah, totally.
Felt that in the backs of my knees.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm just trying to find the song we were just listening to. Oh, was it on your phone?
Which one is it?
The,
Space Kitty?
no, we're gonna listen to Space Kitty. Space Kitty's the bomb.
The John Lennon song?
Yeah, John
That
Lennon.
was on my phone. Was it?
Oh, I think I found it, but it says remastered. It totally was not remastered because that sounded awful. It sounded like John Lennon freaking
It'll be on there because that's what I was using with Spotify.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, now I want you guys to feel this. Hold on, I'll start it over again. But you're going to say, I am my soul, and I am pure source awareness. And then just say, take me into the me that was alive during that time. But the me that wasn't me, because some of you are alive during that time, obviously. Take me into my soul's awareness. Take me into my soul as pure source awareness. And then allow yourself to experience that song as if you were there at that time. And then like kind of like halfway through, just say, I am me, and then experience it. And you'll see like the huge difference between the old world and the new world. This is what I'm trying to explain, the old world, new world. Oops. Oh, it's because it's called Jealous Guy. That's what I turned on an accident. Yeah, I'm putting makeup on.
Imagine there's no heaven. Sees if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries.
She can't hear it. She should be able to hear it. So there's one. Yeah. Should be able to hear this.
Imagine there's no heaven. Sees it and you try. No hell
Speed back.
below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people.
Really? Energy.
Imagine there's no country. It's hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or wonder, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people cheering all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
Okay, next, my personal favorite. Isn't that it?
If you'd seen me walking down the street, staring at the sky,
Listen to the music, Nancy.
you just passed me by. It still makes me cry. You can make me whole.
Our souls told me to play this for you guys yesterday and say it was from the soul to you.
You can do what I can. I won't put you down. 'Cause I want you around. You can make me whole. Looking back on when we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. Baby, you're the one. You still turn me on. You can make me whole again. Time's laying heavy on my heart. Seems I've got too much of this and apart. My friends make me smile, if only for a while. You can make me whole again. Looking back on when we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. Baby, you're the one. You still turn me on. You can make me whole again. Now I have to wait. Baby, if you change your mind, don't be too late. 'Cause I just been wrong. It's already been too long. But you can make me whole again. Looking back on when we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. Baby, you're the one. You still turn me on. You can make me whole again. Oh, love. Looking back on when we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. Baby, you're the one. You still turn me on. You can make me whole again. Oh, baby, you're the one. You still turn me on. You can make me whole again.
Okay, and then here is the other song.
Friday is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, nothing to do that isn't hurt me bad, but it's the way you do the things you do to me. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, Friday is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. Friday is high, but
Hi,
I'm
Lisa.
holding on. I'm gonna be your number one.
Let me call the Brady Bunch box up. There we go. Everyone's like,
I want you to be a man, but I will not hear the father. I
This DJ's taking requests. Type in something. I have to play one more song after this one. Okay, so those girls are our soul group. Michael Jackson's our soul group. So without going into his field or their fields, we can feel what it felt like when they were singing the song and when they were creating the song, because we are of the same soul stream as them. There's about 90% of us here tonight that have not animated our soul yet. We've attuned to it, but we haven't like animated it into our bodies. So it's like, wow, this is gonna be cool. It's almost like we're like a radio and we've got it all turned on and like we got attuned to all these different radio stations, but like we don't know which buttons to push to get there. So it's gonna be freaking amazing. I'm super excited. Janice is like, I'm so effing awesome. I rock it. I drive with one leg, one arm, one leg. Hey, I've driven with one leg before. One leg out the window because I was from California and that was cool to smoke a cigarette and hang your leg out the window while you were driving. Yeah, so dumb. Jennifer Lopez is, wasn't he Ben and Jen? Ben Affleck is our soul group. Jennifer Lopez is part of the Louise Hay soul group. So Louise Hay is part of a different soul group that's more like Arcturian, like ET-ish. Jennifer Lopez is not part of our soul group. She's part of our soul, wait. Oh, hold on, I stand corrected. Soul group. Jennifer Lopez, yes. I'm getting a yes. Are you getting a yes? Soul pod, no.
I don't know.
Because I don't know the difference between a pod, a group, and a family, so that's even better because then I can't mess it up.
I feel like a pod is bigger.
I think a pod is smaller. Oh, a pod is bigger. It's like a bunch of dolphins swimming together.
It's like a big cluster of everything, whereas like a soul group is like, to me, it feels like a small family, whereas a pod is like a group of small families.
So the pod
Maybe
comes together with another pod, comes together with another pod, comes together with 5 pods, and that makes a family. And then from those 5 pods, individuals from each of those different pods break off into groups. So you could be part of a pod, different soul family, and different group. So there's all these mixtures.
Yeah, because you probably learn from each other.
Well, yeah, why would you want to stay with your same boring dolphins going all day if you could go learn from some other dolphins that went I don't know.
Very close. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Garth Brooks is part of our soul group, not pod, not family. That's fun. But Michael Jackson is part of our soul group, our soul pod, and our soul family. He's like all. So I want you guys to listen to this and I want you to say zero self. This is another way to get into like the zero of the zero, like your zero self. So your zero self is the Tao prior to the Tao spinning so fast that it broke off and a little piece turned around and went, I'm the Tao, I'm aware of myself. And then it went off to go create. So when you say basically like zero self, you are that which existed prior to even becoming aware that you were anything. You like, what do Bill call it? Bill's too smart. Whatever Bill said. Anyways. I think they're all done. It's not about size, Mara. I think it's just about the groupings, but no, not yet. 3 minutes. Let me play this song real quick. They can turn their phones on though to hear. Okay, yeah. Sorry guys, leaving you out there because I'm just clearing the space. There's like 10 people signing up for tickets right now and I want to make sure the whole space is cleared so that nobody gets sucked into anything funky. Here we go. Wait, is it I'll Be There is the song? Yeah. Zero self, and then just feel yourself pulled into like the zeroness of the zero. And then just say, I am now him singing that song, or I am now his soul singing that song, not him. I am now his soul, which is our soul. Here we go. And feel free to share on the chat thing. Karen, bam, you're clear. Just a hint, the soul hasn't connected yet. I'll tell you when. Okay. Okay, here it comes. Let me keep walking in. Here it is. I am now his soul.
Togetherness, well, it's all matters. Whenever you need, I'll be there. I'll be there to protect
Soul.
you. Yeah, baby. With the non-selfish love that protects you. Just call my name.
God.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there to comfort you. With my world of dreams around you, I'm so glad that I found you. I'll be there with love that's strong. I'll be your strength. I keep holding on.
Here it comes. This is God. Right?
If you should ever find someone new, I know he better be good to you. 'Cause if he does, I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, I'll be there.
Of course. What's up with this? Fine. Right in the middle of God singing to us. It doesn't work. It doesn't happen. It's only when things like that happen.
Just call my name. I'll be there. Just look over your shoulders, honey. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Whatever you need, I'll be there.
Okay, so that song was 100% channeled from the moment Michael Jackson came in. That was channeled. So whether they were talking about like a mom or a dad or whatever, a lot of these songs are straight channeled directly from God. So to put everyone's mind at ease, and we can let people in now. I'll just put makeup on and be unprofessional, but then I wouldn't be me, right? So our hands are God. God's here. This is my right hand. The left hand is not God. Interesting. Oh, it's our higher self. God, higher self. Interesting. Okay, so the only thing, and you guys can back me up on this, I see nothing on my left-hand side except for just kind of like, you know, like light. But on my right-hand side, I see a half crescent moon or like a half semicircle of God on the top part of my hand. And then I see, no, it's Christ. And then I see the Antichrist right here. So it's like light and dark. And then I see people that have shoulder issues and stuff like that. That's where Christ takes us and ascends us from human into Christ form over on our left shoulder. But a lot of people who are stuck in the mirror, like me, I've been stuck in the mirror lately, meaning like I have this here for a reason. Like this is what we look like all the time. We're always looking in the mirror. But what happens is we fall into the mirror. That's why a lot of times you see things backwards because you're inside of the mirror. But if people are having right shoulder issues, it means that you're like your Christ template or your Christ, you haven't forgiven. You're stuck here and you're not gonna be able to take off in your little Christ rocket, you know? And I find that interesting because a lot of the old like witch things, they had totem animals on their shoulder. Jeff drew a little rocket or a parrot on his shoulder that one day and put a patch over his eye, and he was missing his right hand and his left foot. And I was like, oh my God, that's all ascension stuff. Upper back and shoulders have hurt for over a year. So Shelly, I wasn't talking about you, but Shelly, yes, Jennifer, that's why your left shoulder is killing you. So why don't we, does anybody have shoulder issues here just before we start, while we wait for everyone to come in? Shoulder issues, upper back issues, tingly issues on your shoulder blades. No? Yeah? Numb middle toes, right foot or left? And does anybody ever get like tickly feeling like right here or right there on each side? Wait, whose occiput hurts? Let me see. What movie are you guys talking about? I think I missed that conversation. That was a little far up. Chest is tight, coughing. Okay. Anna, if your chest is tight, I want you to ask, say, where inside of my whole self is my chest? I want you to do this. Grab a phone or something. By the law of correspondence, this is now the chest that is hurting. I want you to send Reiki through it and tell me where in your body it is, where you're feeling it then in your body. Zapping on your feet sucks. I hate that feeling. What movie are you guys talking about? I can't see. Oh, probably Aladdin. Oh, okay, cool. Left heel sore, a lot of left heels sore. Feet issues all the time, okay. Julia, you didn't recently have a baby, did you? Right thumb joint, pain in the left. Right knee, left shoulder, okay. Numb left big toe for over a month. Pam, I want you to make your big toe a room. Say, my big toe is now a room. Can you tell me who's in it? Right foot with law of correspondence in Reiki, hip away. Okay, so your mom's in your toe. So I want you to just say, void mom from left toe. And I want you to lay down on your back I'm not gonna do it because I'm wearing a skirt. There's 2 men in the room. Oh, I can hold this. And I want you to literally take your left toe and point it up and imagine that there's a void right there and put your toe up into the void. Sandy, hey! Left cramps, leg cramps all week, me too. Man, we got a bunch of jacked up people here. We're all jacked up. I'm saying that because I am too. Why don't we do an awesome healing then on everybody first? Let me run to the restroom. So I'm gonna have you guys, I had them journal about anything creepy because like there's been like articles like if you do Reiki, you're going to hell. If you do yoga, it's a first class ticket to Satan, or you know, whatever. By like the people that I used to write for that actually kind of got me the gig at Hay House, I think, because they have so many followers. They're born again Christians now. Remember them? You met them, right, Scott?
Yeah, who is it?
I'm not going to say the names because it's being recorded, but you remember them.
Oh, okay.
Patchman.
Second.
Patchman. Look it up. The cartoon, the little blue dude. But there's a lot of people involved in that corporation. There's, you know, there's like hundreds. So a few of the main people are now very, very Christian, and they're using their influence with millions and millions of followers to educate people on their new beliefs. But just like a lot of us did when we got new beliefs with this stuff, we immediately got out there and started sharing, like me, you know, and I'm like, maybe we shouldn't call in the earthbound spirits. Maybe we shouldn't call in Dirt Old Grandma. Remember Dirt Old Lady? Or, oh, that was my old group. That was Tina. She had Dirt Old, we called her the laughing grandma. And she was like dirt old, so old that she was dust. And when you lifted up her face, there was like flesh under there, but she was just like so dirt old. And now I'm like, oh great, I was literally having her communicate with like a pile of ashes. Is it ashes, Scott? Oh, he's looking at something. I'm not gonna say. Spirit signs, I love them. I'm actually friends with them, and I like them a lot. I'm the person that went born again Christian is another part of their organization. Spirit Science, on the other hand, has gotten a contract with Gaia, and they've gone big. Left side of neck, Charmaine, is where you've been hurting. Weak joints. Ooh, disconnected from the waist down. Hey, Novella, can you do me a favor? And can you ask, I'm gonna create a hologram right now. I want you to say, I am now 2378A. A2378A. A2378A. And it's like this. A2378A. I am now A2378A. Please show me Novella. But no one else do that because it's not going to work for you. And tell me what you see or feel or sense. Me too, Rochelle. That's where my neck and shoulders are killing me. Your problems, Tina? Okay, that's fixable. Okay. Feeling is from somewhere else. So what do you mean from somewhere else? So it's not your waist down? Is it a different part of your body? Or do you feel like you're actually a little person inside of, because now what I want you to say, I am Novella, please show me whatever I just said. Show me that avatar that I created. What was it, A2478? I'm now Novella. Please show me whatever I just was. Yay! Your mom's negativity, Pam, unfortunately, she's a little bit pessimistic. Family. Okay. So Novella, keep that number. I just created an avatar of you, and that's what I usually do for people when I do sessions is I'll create an avatar for them that they can kind of like jump into, and it's unaffected by energy. It can't run off and be its own soul and do black magic on people. Like it's kind of like a little mannequin of you, but it stays up to date with you. It'll dissolve after like 3 weeks. So you can use that as a way to kind of jump into that back and forth and see, because I feel that the reason why I had my own personal reasons for wanting to do that, because I've felt disconnected from the waist down. I felt like I was in sand for like the last like 3 weeks to a month, and it's been really weird and kind of creepy. Dementia. Dementia just means that she does not want to remember. Well, Reiki can help her with that, so that's the good news. Let's turn this on. The plan here is, hi guys. Wow, it's so bright, huh? It's funny, I have all these tripods and then I have the camera all low. So I want you guys to be journaling about any New Age practices that made you nervous in the past, and I'm going to have people share, and I'm going to channel about it, because I'm just as curious as everybody is why everybody, not everybody, but why so many huge influential people are, I mean, even I'm more Christian than before, if you think about it, you know. My dad was the one that was Christian. But I don't think that everyone has to become Christian by any means. I got the one camera that doesn't screw into the thing. Let me put that up there. So what I also want to find out, and if anybody has any opinions on this right now that they could share in the chat section. Do you feel like we're still on Earth, or do you feel like we're on another planet? And don't base it off of what I've said, because I could be completely wrong. Like, do you feel like we are on the same sphere that we were on before? Ask it that way. Are we on the same sphere as we were before? And if you get like a no, say, where were we? Or just like, we're being investigative reporters tonight. All of us are. And I'm going to have people share. I found an old taping, and I called my old teacher the other day and thanked him for being patient with me when he was. And I found an old taping of his grandparents doing trumpet circles. And the information that was on the tapes blew me away. And it's exactly kind of like, it's like truth is truth. Everything's like, there is only one truth. There's one God, and that God created something that then created a bunch of consciousness to go live in a bunch of different beings. How we go about getting back to that, or if it's just to just live it up and then die, that's what I want to know, personally. I'm going to turn on a song. There was one last song I wanted to play. What was it? That's how you feel about Abraham? Who? Wait, someone just said that's how I feel about Abraham. I have a microphone. What, Scott?
I'm not trusting some of these right now either. Pretty much, if it's not Jesus, Father, Tyler, Mother Mary, I'm like, yeah. That's my
Well,
right now.
but that is, oh, Leslie, are you talking about Abraham Hicks? Yeah, I can't listen to them anymore. Jacinta, me too. But thank God, Jacinta, we cut your chain. Your chain, you can actually leave the older. Scott, was like on the old earth with his chains cut, and he was like sitting there like, I'm staying here. He's got a hero complex. That's okay, so do I. I think everybody here does in some way, shape, or form. Okay, I think that's gonna work good to where I'm not staring at the comments the whole time. Who wants to monitor the comments? Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay. The only way to do that is to have you come sit over here though. Christy, I don't think that Abraham Hicks is good or bad to listen to. I think that what the guides are trying to teach us tonight is that if we take ourselves into a state of, they were calling it like, not deliverance, a state of receiving that's beyond all duality. Somebody could be like, F you, blah, 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 and you could feel compassion for them, right? So if something doesn't stick or doesn't feel right, just toss it. You know, same with me. If what I say doesn't make sense, just be like, whatever. I don't trust it. But what I'm going to do is I am going to do something that I got certified. Who here, just hit a 1 if you're certified in theta healing. Because I'm curious to see where you guys think the 7th plane is now. You're certified, right? Yours is 7th plane. Feel like it is to you now?
I don't know. I haven't tried to go there.
Let's try it. Or I'll leave you. I'm going to grab you by the hand. Oh, we're going in 2 separate directions. You're going the right way. I'm going the wrong way.
This thing's in the heart now instead of the solar plexus.
I've always thought it was the heart. But I've always thought it was the crown. But in my mind, I was like, it must be the heart.
I always thought it was the crown.
What did you always think it was?
The crown.
I always thought it was the crown too, but I think it's the heart.
Because it didn't feel like the heart to me.
Jacinta, I'll yank your foot off. I think that Abraham Hicks was my inspiration in becoming a channel. So they're kind of like heroes. So I would never want to say anything bad. But I think that when we don't allow ourselves or our guides to change, that it's like we're listening to old records. You know, we're listening to old tapes, old records. And I do believe that the mental body, which is what I talked about on the radio show yesterday, is tapes and records. I think it's just programs running over and over and over. And that's why you can go and you're channeling them and then you come back a week later and they go, and as we left off, you know, it's like, how did they leave off exactly where we left off? It's like, it's literally like a tape recorder that's going on. Are you going to be able to enjoy class if you're having
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
But thank you.
Restroom. I'm going to turn on song 2. You guys are going to have to listen to it again, but it's an ascension song that makes people jump. It's the Circle to Square song. Just got to find it.
So do you just want me to let you know when I see a comment that's
I just thought this was interesting or whatever. I'll turn mine on up there too, but I don't want to keep looking down because then it's interruptive.
no, I'll just keep I'm good.
Let's see. The song is on. Maybe this is it. No, it's not gonna work.
To bring the essence into their life that they want and need. So this is
all the angels are here trumpeting. Where are the angels that are trumpeting? You know, like in Revelations they talk about, or no, Michelle doesn't know the Bible, either do I. But they talk about like the trumpets and the 4 horsemen and all that stuff. They're talking about the 4 lobes of the brain. The trumpets are the chakras. Because to me, chakras look like little tubes with these like trumpets coming out, and they're gross. They're like sea anemone, like they move back and forth. It's like actually kind of nasty. Like when people walk up, they're like, ew, yuck, gross. Ugh. Ugh. gross myself out. Okay, I'm sorry I kicked you off my lap, Poochie. Now that the show's over, now it's like freaking Antarctica in here.
I know. Do you want me to turn it down?
No. Leave it. Let's enjoy it. I'll just put a sweater on.
I put it on like 63.
Oh, you went and did it? Oh, awesome. You know where it is. Thank God.
I know where it is now.
Okay, so
It's recording.
Just to the context, this was after a Hay House radio show where we played Square, and this was me attuning this song Square from the old Earth to the new Earth, because they said we had 2 days to jump to the new Earth. So that's what we were doing here.
And to bring the essence into their life that they want and need. So this is all the angels are here. Okay, I'm sorry I kicked you off my lap, Pooch.
I know where it is now.
Okay, so
It's recording.
Okay, so hit record. Okay. All right, as we step into this energy today, we bring unto you an ascension process, a tuning of your trumpets, a tuning of your sound, a tuning of not only the resonance that comes from the frequency that enters into and unto your central channels. We have 3 central channels, 7 central channels, huh? 1, and then there's 6 around it.
Yep.
Yeah. Through the I am. The I am is the breath. The breath blows through the central channels within you, these 7 central channels, and they burst through and out unto the world, creating a sound, creating a frequency, creating a symphony. For each of you are a song. Each of you are a symphony. For are you in tune with your true song? Are you in tune with your true voice? For it takes voice to create. And when we say voice, we mean sound. We mean song. We mean rhythm. As you feel these energies, feel above your head frequency of the essence of the note that you are entering unto and into the channels within your head.
I just think it's hard to
Going
hear.
down through your body.
It's hard to
activating all
hear?
trumpets.
Yeah.
You see the illusion.
Welcome back. Can you hear now? I can hear you.
Through the channels within your head. And free voice, we mean sound. We mean song. We mean rhythm.
What's up as loud as it can go?
So as you feel these energies, feel above your head frequency of the essence of the note that you are entering unto and into the channels within your head, going down through your body, activating all trumpets. As these are activated within you, some for the very first time, your body is awakened to sound. You see the illusion. You chose this world, you chose this life, you chose your family, you chose this reality. You are a soul, playing symphony, playing music, playing life.
So when you switch to Bluetooth, it's far
As the
away
ring of light,
and it's quiet again.
God's light unto your head. Feel as God drops the spark of life unto your crown.
Sorry, guys.
Here,
later.
Yeah, that's better. That's it.
Opening up all the channels in your head, allowing the light through. Feeling the light of God dropping down through your body. Erasing away all anger, all pain. Tuning each trumpet, one by one, into a perfect symphony, a perfect sound that is in alignment with your soul's path. As your soul steps forward now, it begins to merge with your physical body. Your 256-foot soul comes up from behind you, and your physical body dissolves. You melt into your soul, and you begin to grow. Breathe it in. Sending light with every beat. C, D, flip G, C, C. Feel your feet against the earth. Feel your soul's feet against the earth. Every soul that is not you, every soul that is not you, leaves your human, leaves your field, leaves your trumpets. They are no longer welcome. They are flushed into the earth now. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. They are no longer within you. Feel as things leave from you. Feel as everything that is not your soul, that is not your song, leaves from your feet now. From above you, the new earth begins to drop. An earth that can hold 256-foot tall souls to live lives, to sing songs, to be loved, to know love. This new earth drops down from above you, merges with you. And as it merges with you, you realize that you're in the center of a sphere. You're in the center of a circle. And this circle now becomes you. We attune you now to the circle of life. We attune you now to the totality of that which is a circle. For you are the illusion, you are the map, you are the square, but now you are the circle. And as we bring this unto you, and as you bring this shape unto yourself each day, you may transmute yourself into white, a white sphere. And in doing this, become anything you'd like. Become any song you'd like. Say, show me what it would feel like to have the symphony that is required in order to make $1 million a month. What would I sound like? What would I feel like? What would I look like? Feel it within you, know it within you. The only way that you follow your path is through a song constantly playing into your field. Your soul is constantly playing the song that you need to come into rhythm with. So right now, set the intention, say, I want to be in alignment with my soul's song. I want to be in alignment with my soul's song. But release from your soul any soul ties, any false souls, any fragments, anything that is not your original soul. In fact, we'll do this for you now. Say, I am now my original soul.
I'm now my original soul.
I'm now my original soul.
Whoa.
Please show me what it feels like. Anything that is not that falls away. Cracker crumbs falling away. Here we go. Now, if you have a loved one and you want to see their 256-foot self, you can say, calling forward my loved ones. Oh my God, there's your mom. She's way far off there.
Okay, we'll stop it now. And maybe we'll call in spirits now. Just spent a lot of time trying to get all the spirits out of here. So I'd love for Christine or anyone to, Sue, call a couple of people up on screen to share their experience between January of last year and now. Oh, sorry, I'm not on screen. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my big old booty back here and what I'm going to sit on. Like, is it going to collapse and fall?
Do you have a stool?
Demi, this thing better be strong. I've never sat up here before. The guides wanted me up here though, so I'm like, okay, I don't usually do everything you guys tell me to do, but sitting here so that the people in the back can see me.
Careful.
Isn't that harmful? There you go. So I've noticed my dad having a lot of fear lately. I've noticed a lot of religious people having a lot of fear. That we're religious and are now New Age. Has anybody else noticed that? Have you guys noticed that? I can't see you, I'm blinded by the lights, but I know you're back there. I've noticed a lot of people are reading the Bible. They never read the Bible before. And I've noticed these crazy posts like, you're evil if you do this, or angel cards are the work of the devil. And I do have to say, just for the record straight, I was never a huge fan of some of the angel cards because the way that angel cards work are, I created 21 snow globe cards and they came from my mind. And the guides told me, do not publish them because when the planet shifts, people will be in your mind when they're using the cards. So because before our mental body was our higher self, and we thought we were channeling our higher self, which is like a hologram of us, but now we've become that, like we are that and more. If we created a modality using our mind, or what we thought was our mind, but it was really just our mental body, people are like literally tuning into you as source. So that's why I had to cancel all the source codes, because a lot of the source codes I came up with were like, instead of balancing every chakra, grounding them, clearing their crown, blah, 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 I just say source code, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then it'd be like, all the chakras are balanced. It was like shortcuts that I made for myself. I canceled all of them. So now none of them work. So some people are like, the healing doesn't work anymore. I'm like, well, because you were pulling from me. I was over it.
So Brittany's volunteered to talk about her fears.
Her fears? Okay, she was raised Christian, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So let's do like 3 minutes, and Brittany's a talker like me. And 3 minutes, her and Mara, don't let Mara on. I'm just kidding, Mara. No, but the fears, I think, are very, we've had a lot of people that have been like, I just don't want to meditate anymore because it's too scary what I see. And they've just quit. But that's just because you're doing la 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 in the middle of the ghetto with a whole bunch of $100 bills all over you and thinking that no one's going to take that money or that energy from you. It's just like ignorance, you know. And so I'd rather know where the bad parts of town are, the good parts of town. I'd rather have a map, and that's what I try and create for you guys. But Brittany, take it away. I'm going to try and make
you guys can hear me, right?
I wish. That's why I was trying to turn those speakers on. Maybe turn Logitech on.
Sue, can you guys hear me? Can the rest of the people hear me?
I can hear you. I think it's an in-person issue.
Yeah, the in-person people are having a hard time. Why don't you guys just turn it on over there or put it in your headphones or something like that? Because if this means that nobody can hear if we turn this on, which it worked last week just fine. But anyways, okay, go ahead, Brittany. Take it away.
So I think it's just interesting. Like if I think about my spiritual journey, I remember when I was like in 5th and 6th grade, like I had a friend in school and she was into witchcraft. And so I started playing with like tarot cards and auras and witchcraft. And then I got really freaked out by it. My Christian friends were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then I was like, what am I doing? And then, so I got super into Christianity in high school. And then I would say I got pretty fundamentalist Christian. Like I went to a Baptist church.
What's fundamentalist Christian? I'm curious.
Well, for me, what I think of that is it's very, you're so far right that everything is like extreme. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Everybody's a sinner, you know, gays are bad, you know, all that kind of stuff, which I didn't really agree with, but the church that I went to was super Baptist, Southern Baptist.
Okay.
And then, so for me, I went through that. And then like, and I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, like most Christians, like we've had sex before marriage, let's keep it real. And so the shame and all that stuff that was brought on during high school and stuff like that. And then it was like, I got married and I was still in the church. And then after my divorce is when I started to pull away, and I met my ex-husband's grandfather, who is psychic, and he did a lot of like dowsing and like past life stuff. And so he sent me all these books about like Sylvia Brown and all that stuff. And that's kind of how I started my psychic journey of just getting curious about stuff. And I was reading so much. And I think really before your work, I went a little bit too new age, where some stuff I don't think was of God. And so like I literally got on my hands and knees and like prayed and asked God basically this time last year, or actually the beginning of last year, to send me someone that knew. It was after Doreen kind of like renounced herself. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, or like, where am I going? Like, God, send me someone.
I didn't say it.
Do what?
I said, you said her name, I didn't.
Yeah, you did it. So then I renounced it. And then I think my journey within myself right now is just, I really do want to be in alignment with God. And, you know, my intention wants to be to facilitate whatever, my purpose is for here. And I think a lot of us are healers. So trying to find that balance of like, not our will, God's will. And like, for me, just trying to find my role in that, and just, you know, not wanting to channel or bring in anything bad on anybody's behalf. Like I have a lot of fears around that, like not wanting to do anything wrong or make mistakes.
And I don't help matters when I'm like, oh, you're in someone else's field and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so I'm sorry about that. But, you know.
But I learned a lot, right? And it was a lesson that I needed to learn. It was very humbling, and I'm in a more humble place. So I'm like really grateful for it.
And, yeah, the thing about spirituality is, if you look at the original like samurai people and, you know, like the original Reiki teachers, people had to train for a very, very, very long time in order to get a mastership. I mean, Scott, how long did it take you to get your black belt? 5.5 years?
Yeah.
And you got 4 black belts?
No, one.
Oh, just 1 black belt and 4 things?
No, it's no.
Oh.
It takes a long time. It's basically some kind of move between belts.
Okay, I got it.
So no, I stopped.
Okay, got it. So Jeff is into MMA and kickboxing and like the thing where they like kill each other and bit and pin or whatever. But he's only like, I think like a brown belt, but he was in it for like 3 years or something like that. But he wanted to be like a professional MMA fighter. But then he went out to a party, and Anya came out. Anya appeared. So he had to get a real job and be real, you know, real person. Now, Brittany had her fears. Brittany, what were the things that were really scary to you that you called like over the edge, like new age stuff?
So what do I feel like it is over the edge?
At one point you got like a little bit over the edge, you know, like with some stuff that was a little too like, woo.
It was a lot of the Ascended Master stuff. Remember how you pulled off that stuff from Diana Cooper out of my field? Like there were just a lot of stuff where I was more excited about having experiences. And now I look back and I was like, I was so just open to anything, you know, and I just made that mistake.
So do you feel like now knowing is a little bit more satisfying than seeing and like, you know, seeing little gremlins crawling all over people and being like, whoosh, and like flying through the air like Catwoman and kicking them and karate kicking them and all that, like, which you literally would turn into. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, like I can tell a difference probably the past 2 or 3 months where I've shifted into more of a knowing, and I don't necessarily need to see anything.
Good. And that doesn't mean that everyone should not want to see, but that was the big thing about tonight was the guides, because I'm going to channel as soon as I can find something to sit on.
And you need your voice is quiet for some reason.
My voice is quiet?
Yes. Yes.
There's just crap that does not want us to do anything right around here. Ugh. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to switch computers. I'm going to do this. Watch.
Magic.
It's when we usually do something serious like this, that's when all the electronics go nuts. Because there's earthbound spirits and there's beings that are pretending to be, which is what Doreen is afraid of. I looked at the stuff that's coming into her field. You said it. You said her name first. So I'm not saying anything bad. I actually wrote her a letter and gave her like major props. Like wow, girl, you go. That takes like major guts. Does that sound better, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll still hook this
Yes,
up.
yes, yes.
Okay, good. All right, good. I mean, I have to hook this up then. I still will, though.
So there's an Amy who says she's currently involved in a traditional church and has served in the ministry, but she realized the power was missing and she found Marissa, who's helped her complete the circle with Christ. But the ministry around her is filled with fear.
Fear of what she's doing or fear of just everything in general?
You would have to ask Amy.
Asking me if fear in general or because I have a chart that the guides drew out for me. Last night I was drawing out something and Madison still talks like, Madison like this or Madison like that. She goes, Mommy, what are you doing? And I said, I'm journaling. And I was like, so what's real and what's not? And am I misleading people? Am I guiding them down the wrong path? Like, we're working on this show. I don't want to like go public with all this stuff and then be like, oops, sorry, you're all going to hell. You know, like, I mean, that's like a spiritual teacher's worst fear, you know, and I'd say that with my dad's stuff, he gets so heady about it that it's like facts, you know, asking facts. Whereas I'm more like if it feels good, there's no way that it can be wrong, right? I mean, there's good, like nasty good, that like if you're like in that, you know, it's like there's that good, but that's not good. That's like bad good, and that's not good. But good, like neutral, love, happiness, joy, laughter, that can't be bad. You can't like trip somebody and make them fall and hurt themselves and laugh about it and it be good. You'll laugh nervously and maybe laugh because you'll laugh and you'll feel good because you're involved and included in a little clique of kids and happy that you're not the one that got tripped. But that's not happiness. That's like fear that you're not the one, you know, that just gratitude that you're not the one that got tripped and picked on that day. So what I wanted you guys to do before we even start this meditation is I'm going to ground you guys real quick. I'm just going to have you close your eyes. And on the piece of paper I'm going to have you fill out is going to be things that you honestly feel that you have felt good about in your life. Like no fear whatsoever. Like if you say your marriage, like that, I don't know if that's true with anyone. Marriage is like, oh, I feel good about this, but no, I don't know. You know, so that's like an example of something where you feel like you should have felt good, but there was also like apprehension. That means that your mind was coming in with fears. So is there anything that you have ever just felt good about with no mind chatter? And then is there anything that you've done that's bad that you felt good about? And then after that, it'll be anything that you've done that was bad. Like, because I want you to actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna embody those feelings as you, as your higher self, and as your soul. And I'm gonna show proof to you that if you are in your soul, you can do black magic and it's not gonna work, because black magic, what's required is your ego. So if you're not in your ego and you're like, I hope that person burns on the stake and blah, 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 you're in your soul. It's like Reiki. You can't do bad with Reiki as long as you're in the right place. So God is, when you say like if you say, just be me now, just be me, where am I? Just be me, where am I? You're gonna find that you're somewhere like me. I'm sitting like right in the center of my like stomach. And I'm asking, can me move? And I heard no. And this is what happened when Madison walks up. Madison walks up and goes, Mommy, what are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to figure out what's good and bad. And she goes, you just have to take the long slide. Madison doesn't speak like complete sentence, she's 3. You have to take the long slide like this. And she starts scratching out this. And then she draws a person with an eyeball on its stomach. What? Yes. I have the picture. I'm going to show it to you guys. She draws a person with an eyeball on its stomach. Like the eyeball was like, you know, like here's my head, here's the side of the eye. And then like the eye was like we are the eye of God. We like our whole, the totality of who we are. And wherever our attention is, like the me is the pupil. It's like the GoPro video camera. It's like what we're seeing through. So light is coming in and reflecting at us, and we're perceiving it based on past experiences, based on all the stuff that we have stored inside of our bodies, like storage units. And our chakras are storage units and like little movie theaters. And if we can get into our me and align our me inside of our soul's brain, not our human brain, then we can't harm, we can't do harm, is basically what they were saying. So I want to see if that's true. Don't take my word for it. I want to do the meditation first. But so closing your eyes, just like I am now me, or just be me has been my new little saying. Just be me now. And ask what you look like. Me, I look like a ball. Feel free to share. I do go back and read all the comments. And I do write to people and go, what did you mean by this? Like, you know, because sometimes I see the same thing as you. Like some of you, I see half of you is silver or tin, no, steel, and half of you is like liquid gold. So it's like half and half. And I think the silver is more like fear. And I think that the green is, or the gold is more like forgiveness.
Sue is bent over.
Sue's bent over.
Mm-hmm.
So ask her to, where is she bent over at?
She's not answering. She's bent over.
Jeff would have made that dirty so fast.
Waist.
So,
she's bent over at the waist, she says.
Yeah, and that's how I always see everyone, bent over at the waist. And I see a ball, a metallic ball of energy squeezed between you. And I pick you guys up by the tailbone and I shake you off and I go, release all fear, and you go, and you open up and I set you back in your body. So when we are in fear, we're crouched over. But what I'm wondering is why she's seeing her as her. Say, I'm my higher self. And then say, show me me. And see if she's still seeing the same thing. I have to pee so bad and I really want to chair really bad. My knee is killing me. This is not the ideal situation back here.
Do you want to,
ouch,
that little stool back there?
Oh, perfect. I'll do that, yeah. Huh?
There's a poop.
I like that stool, that's perfect.
Maybe Scott can put it.
No, I'll sit on the chair.
Where's the fuzzy chair? In the lobby. Okay. Do you want help with this chair? Oh my gosh. That's perfect. Put this one woman wrote. Will it fit behind there though?
Killed made by that chart I made.
Is there enough room? I don't think I can get it back. I'm gonna just scoot the table forward.
Well, we gotta move the table for.
So if we move this,
You get-
oh, that last, we got to watch that laptop. Okay, let's do this. All right. Oh.
I know we can use that. Because I can use the iPad, so that's good. You guys are gonna wanna hook this up. Here's
I know it's hard.
so you can see what I'm writing.
Okay.
There you go. Like this.
There we go. That works.
And HDMI cord is
so. That way you guys can see what I'm writing on the iPad.
Cool.
And I was gonna do, because the thing is what you all need to decide is, are you a human being or are you consciousness? And that's what they keep saying. It all depends on what you've decided you will identify as, whether you're good or evil. Does that make, that doesn't make sense to me. I need to ask, what the hell they're talking about there. Excuse the pun. But there's a bunch of HDMI cards here, I think, Scott. And if not, there's a ton in the garage.
So what if people aren't visual and they don't see anything?
Where do they feel it?
They just feel very grounded in our solar plexus.
Solar plexus, yeah, that's where I'm seeing everybody. I'm seeing everybody in their solar plexus.
But you're, I'm so sorry, I want to cry.
Oh, that's okay.
No, you don't need my iPad. I just need, I'm gonna plug the iPad into my computer up here once I get it going.
Oh, okay. No, good.
Then we'll plug the HDMI cord into it. Not just yet, but I'm gonna do it after the meditation.
Okay, so Samantha said something so cool.
Okay?
Her son is 3, and yesterday when he was listening to, when they were listening to your show, he asked me what your name was. I told him, and he told me that you were in his other home. He often speaks of his other home, and I think he's referencing heaven.
Whoa. I'd like to have a word with him. Does he speak? Or I want to cry right now because I keep asking. I'm going through a period of non-faith. And I see it in Scott. And that's how Scott and I are like twin brother, sister, like, you know, like soul twin brother, sister. Like I was talking to my counselor today, and she was saying, like, who are your real friends? Like, you know, if you didn't do what you did or whatever, would they still hang out with you? And I said, I don't know. And I said, you know, and Scott, you popped into my mind. I said, I think Scott's my friend. I said, I think I've been friends with him a lot of lifetimes. And I kind of used you as an example, Scott. I said, he's gotten me all these computers. He cares enough to bring fix all the computers and goes out of his way for that and stuff. But when he's going through his lack of faith stuff, you know how triggered I get by it, Scott. You know, I'm always like, you need to have faith. It's because I'm talking to myself. Because it's very hard to have faith when you can see so much. And then it's really hard to have faith when you have someone like me up here going, and then you see this, and then you see that, and blah, 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 and like confusing the shoot out of you. And like, it's like, what's she talking about? I don't even know what she's talking about, but it feels right. But I don't know. So my prayer to God, whoever God is, and I found an old channeling that me and she who shall not be named did a while back, and we had come up with the word logos. And I don't know what logos means, but when I ask to feel what logos feels like around me or on me, I feel like a helicopter. Do you guys feel anything like if you say, show me what logos feels like, or I am now logos? I feel like a,
It feels like a bunch of cues.
Morrow says logos is the word of God.
oh, it is?
That's what Morrow
It's
says.
the word of God?
Yep.
Okay, so Elaine said something to me the other night. She said, well, Jesus should be your Lord and Savior because Jesus is the word of God. I said, wait, what did you say, Elaine? She said, Jesus is the word of God. So in the beginning there was a word, and the word was God, and then God said, let there be blah, blah, blah. She says, that's Jesus. And to me, that would be Christ. Jesus would be the incarnation that embodied that energy. And so me, I get all up in my mind. I almost got kicked out of my rehab like 9,000 times for intellectualizing everything. So like I beat everything up way too much. So I drew this a while back. It says, or someone did, we are creators of our own reality. I did. Huh? So it's basically a person standing there. The seat of the soul is right where Sue was kind of bent over. And that 4D right there, the fourth dimension, I believe is what we make of it. It's either Christ or Antichrist. And that's not Jesus or Lucifer or whatever. That's adding a personality to something, and every religion is going to have its son of whomever who forgives and who is resurrected. I mean, in some religion, there's even like 12 apostles, and the person that died was resurrected 3 days later, and it was of a virgin mother. I think in the Quran, Mary was sitting next to a palm tree, and then Jesus was just born. He was talking to her like he was an adult. And someone, if anybody's has read the Quran and is that religion and wants to correct me, please do. I'm very interested in that because I won't get off on a tangent. But anyways, this is basically our identity of that ball that we're talking about. So like when you say, I am me, it's all of this. It's like all of that. So inside that ball that you are, that's what your brain is reading, is what basically Madison told me. She goes, no, mommy, it's not up, it's down the long slide. Go down the long slide. And she goes and she starts scribbling. I don't have the notebook here, I had it somewhere, but I was drawing a person that looked like this. And I was going, okay, now Neptune's in our brain, the Earth is in our belly, we're standing on Pluto. That was different a week ago, so obviously we're shifting, and I think it has to do with astrology. Madison literally came over and went, shh, that's wrong, mommy. She says, go down the long slide. She says, go down the long slide, down the long slide, down the long slide, down the long slide. Keep going, 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 keep going. And I'm like, she can't even say like 2 words without lisping, but she's like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's not where you are, mommy, it's how fast you're going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going faster, 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 faster. And as she was doing that, I felt Athena rip me out of my body, look at me, and it was Madison, but she was Athena. And she says, see, look. And she threw me, and I became like a crucified Christ, spinning, like shh, like that, like just totally like spinning, 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 spinning. And I turned into this weird thing. That there's like a head with like little beams coming off of it. And like this thing right here is outside of the Self-Realization Fellowship. That little like thing. So I turned into that thing, and I was like, why am I this thing? And as I kept spinning and spinning and spinning, I was getting really dizzy. I was like, is this good? Is this bad? And literally Madison says, it's good. Her higher self, or my higher self, took my daughter over. She's 3, and she came over to just be like, it's not about where you are, what you're doing, it's how fast you're going. Because if you're going fast, the emotions can't stick to you. And I used to have, in Ask Jesus, we have a parable where I talk about that ride that you ride at the fair when it turns on and it starts going fast and you get stuck to the wall. You know, the one where you get stuck to the wall and then you go like on the side and you're going, woo, but you're stuck to the wall because of, what is it, the inertia or whatever? Huh? Is it called the gravitron? Okay, the gravitron. Interesting. And then, so the guides basically said, in either one of me and my dad's books or one of me and Bill's books, that that's how lives are. We start as like this puddle of like consciousness in the center of this spinning thing. And when life starts, we spin, and those are all the little things. Those are all my different lifetimes that were like kind of stuck out to the outside. And I said, what is that? And they said, that's your 9th chakra. That's Christ. And I could hear that. And Madison says, mommy, and like walks over to the bed and gets back up on it. And then she goes, Madison want iPad. Madison want that. Like, and I was like, dude, child, you just channeled. And then she literally like was imitating this thing, like mommy, like the crown or something. And I was like, okay, I'm officially freaked out. And then so I kept on writing. I was trying to write what she did. She comes over, she goes, no, mommy, scratched it all out. Can't write, only remember, only feel. Like if I write it, I'm going to make it a thing. And then if other people go, oh, well, then I have to look like this weird, like ooga shaka, weird looking dude, you know, like then I'm not doing it right. So what I wanted to do was take you through the meditation that my 3-year-old took me through. And after she did that, it was like, I've been so scared of moving. I've been freaking out about everything. I've been crying like constantly. I haven't been on Facebook lately, if you guys haven't noticed. I've been like hiding out. I've been like, just like, I've just, everything sucked because I went into that business thing thinking I was going to learn how to do business, and why I even thought I needed to sign up for a business coaching thing in the first place blows my mind, because the guides are my coaches. You know, I do what the guides say and I do just fine. I run like 4 full-time companies, and with a lot of help from Audrey and everyone else too and stuff. But I mean, I do fine. I don't need a business coach. I know what I'm doing. So I signed up for that for a reason, to see that there are programs like Landmark. People keep saying that the thing I was in sounded like Landmark. I've never been to Landmark. Has anyone been to Landmark? Landmark? Anyone on there been to Landmark?
Brittany says yes.
Who?
Brittany.
Brittany's been to Landmark?
That's what she said.
Well, at the risk of letting the same person talk twice, could she just explain to us if they keep you in fight? Just ask her if they keep you in fight or flight the whole time.
Not the whole time, but they definitely have a hard sales pitch of like, you're not going to survive and move to the next level unless you sign up for our next course. They do that like long, you know, the whole last day is all about selling other people to come to the course.
That's what this thing was that I went to, that I walked out on. I think I'm the owners of the company told me I'm the only person that's ever walked out of their class before. I was like, booyah, oh yeah, I'm not a follower. No sheeple over here. Or am I just stupid? You know, so I keep going back and forth. Am I stupid? Should I have just stayed? They said I was an emotional basket case. They said all this stuff happened to me between 0 and 3 that I don't remember, that I need to release. They said this, they said that. So they like get into your head and they keep you down in your root chakra. And in your root chakra, you are a we. Okay. So when you're a we, you're part of a certain family, a certain race, a nationality, a cult, a church, you know, like you're a we. And when you're a we, you're not strong enough to be a me, right? So when you move from your root chakra to your second chakra, when you're 7, 8-ish years old, we're given another opportunity to become a we by being baptized to a church. And then our little ball, that's me, then gets clumped in with all the other little balls, you know, with the church, and we're part of a group consciousness. So tonight I got super inspired to help release anybody from any group consciousness that they are a part of, whether they wanted to be a part of it or not. I am grouped in with these people over there. Yesterday I was getting a healing with Carla, who's amazing. And she was not Carla, old Carla, it's Carla Cole. She's a really good cranial sacral healer who rents a room here. And she saw a spirit walk in, but I saw a mirror that looked like this. It was like, it was like this. It was kind of, it was like the Lululemon mirrors, you know, like the Lululemon mirrors where you can like totally see your butt and you're like, ah, you know, because they're behind you as well.
Okay, so Lululemon place, they make everybody go to Landmark.
What?
That's what somebody said, that they worked there and they made everybody do Landmark, but she wouldn't do it.
Ah, they implanted that in me. That's an implant. Chills.
Yeah, all over. Like,
okay, so we're removing implants. Has anyone else done something called, who's done any sort of business training classes that were labor intensive in the sense that you had to be there from like 9 a.m. to 11 at night, no lunch breaks, blah, 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 things like that your companies made you go to? I want to get not a list of everyone, but just kind of like hit 106. I'll know that number because then I'm going to go in afterwards and make sure I removed all the implants. I'm going to read to you guys a message that I sent to my amazing, awesome, I love her, producer over at the TV company today. Oh, it's right here. I won't read the whole thing because some of it was personal, but it was basically about being a me and a we and the way that our society is going today, that if we continue to raise children as we consciousness, and even somebody said that they were channeling Wayne Dyer, and he says, it's not the I am, it's the we are. I heard somebody told me that the other day, and I was like, no, it's not. We're still us, we're still like, so there's just so many teachings that are so confusing. And I think that if the guides can please give us a way to determine what is not right or wrong, but what's good and what's not good tonight, I would really, really appreciate it, because not only do I get confused by my dad with like all the church stuff, you know, because as soon as I start saying something that he perceives to be like bad or giving prophecy, he's like, la, 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 la. Like yesterday he said that he felt so sorry for me because I was giving the lady prophecy on the radio. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And I got all insecure and started crying for like an hour. And like, I was like, oh, I messed up this lady's life. And then I listened to it and I was like, that was a good reading.
It was sad because it was like our old school classes.
Yeah. So anyways, but see, I'm able to be influenced a lot more lately. And I don't know if anyone else here is as well. The planet's in a place where we are shifting into a place where we are our me, just me. And it's uncomfortable. So we're going back to past boyfriends, past places, past things, because it's so much easier to be uncomfortable and scared, but know, than be in the unknowing. I mean, who can agree with that? I mean, the unknowing is the scariest thing in the world, which is why psychics are so rich sometimes, you know? So it's like, it's the, where did I put this thing? Let me see. I'm going to send this email to you, Audrey. Is Audrey even here? I'll send it to you, Christine, because it may be a lady that's trying to get in. Audrey. That's why I was trying to go in here. Sorry, guys. Because I think a lot of people are confused. I think a lot of people have parents that are like hardcore Christian, hardcore Muslim, hardcore any religion. And it's very hard to explain to someone, well, I'm just kind of doing this meditation thing. If I could get my computer to work, Scott, did you bring that plug by any chance? Yes. Okay. I found the first time I ever channeled on a computer that Scott fixed for me. Sony Vaio from like 2012, maybe before, 2010. And I watched my field open up and literally like hell pour in. I was just like, oh, that's awesome. And it's because I didn't know the laws of the universe. I was doing it off of a open into channel book. And I just did what the book said. And I don't even think I followed the directions. I probably just listened to the meditation and just went, anything and everything, cancel, delete, come in right now and prove to me that you're real. My fan would start turning on, my cat would start howling, like weird stuff would start happening. And I would get excited because it was proof that, you know, something was happening and that there was something else out there other than just me, other than just, you know, what I knew to be true. But the guides channeled this today, and I found it very interesting because I wonder if anyone can relate, and because this is what I'm going to break you away from tonight. This is what they said they're going to channel and break us away from. Or I'll be summarizing it. Wrong phone. Is my iPhone over there?
Yes.
Oh, you grabbed the right one. What are the chances? That's awesome. Thank you. Okay. Sorry guys about the lag, but it's going to be worth it. So yesterday in the healing with what's her name, I saw me come up through one of those mirrors and my eyes were X'd out, like sewn shut, and then my mouth was sewn shut, and another me, and I had all this seaweed wrapped around me, and I freaked out. And then the other mirror was all light, but it was like the Lululemon mirrors. And I went, what did you just see, to Carla? And she goes, oh, I see a lady. She just walked in, she's going, shh, and feathered hair, and it was my mom's friend, Barbara. And she says, I'm just coming in to help her out because she was such a nice young girl, and now she's so afraid. And so what that led me to believe is that I don't have a soul with sewed shut eyes and sewed shut mouth because I went to that thing. I just think I do. So now I'm living in this world of like, like fear. So I think that maybe at least 50% of you, I mean, I had one person who just totally quit that I talked to earlier today because she felt out of control of her energy, but where she was getting pulled into was the seventh plane, which is the safe place. Her higher self was pulling her up into a place where she was safe from any energy. But we get scared when we are dealing with the unknown. And I think that it's really important that we understand enough Yes. Phil got me a meeting with Carolyn Miss. Nobody knows who she is, but I do. I'm all excited. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not even here. Great, wonderful. Okay. Well, I will summarize. Basically, what I was saying was me too. Hashtag me too. Pound me too. Not thought out very well. Anyways, so hashtag me too. That is clumping yourself as a consciousness with a bunch of girls that got molested. I would say that I'm probably a pretty like harsh case of that, but I'm not jumping on a bandwagon to feel included in something and be like, hashtag me too, you know, about like something that is very, very, very like uncomfortable and that finally got settled within me a while ago. I don't want to like be part of a group that's like, that's all they think about, you know? So I wanted to start like the just me or be me instead of like be everybody else. And Demi was sharing with us, she's a millennial, sharing with us that right now, if you're not like Bernie or Trump or this or that, if you're not like for a movement, then you're not really anything. And that's how the kids feel these days. Anya shared with me that if you're not like an individual and you're a clique, it's not cool. That was like opposite for us, right? Like you had to be part of a clique. So she feels more like, but she's a little bit, I feel like she's a little bit more evolved in some cases, but some cases very much not so. But she said that her friends, none of her friends are alike. They're all super different. So this is like the me generation. It's the Z generation that we're raising, and we don't know how to raise them to be individuals. We want to be like, oh, why don't you go hang out with all those other girls that do what you do? You know, so then you can become like a little clump or whatever. And by doing that, it's affecting us in a way to where we can't ascend, because the last place that you can be a we is the solar plexus, which is that ball that you were a me in. So what the guides are going to have me do is have you guys go into your me, and then you're going to release any other aspects of self, any other pieces of your soul, any other implants, anything that is not your authentic me from you. And you guys are going to feel a shift and a change. If you're married, you're a we. Okay, right? You can't make a decision unless you're like, oh, well, let me run it by my husband. Or even if you don't do that, then you feel guilty. Or then you're thinking, you're hearing his voice in your ear. At least that's what I hear. If you're still tied in with your parents, I mean, how many of you honestly can admit that you're like over 40 and you still listen to your parents? Anyone? Christine?
No.
Anyone back there still listening to their parents? Scott? Anyone? We listen to our parents. We allow them to form our lives. We allow them to create our lives for us. And if we were a me, and it was a good thing to be a me and just be an individual that didn't have to care about what everybody else thinks, like what are they going to think? What's everyone going to think? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? We would probably do something a whole lot different. I got in trouble with the law at one point after me and my dad weren't talking. And I didn't tell my whole family what was going on. So I went through the whole court case. I didn't feel guilty one bit. It got dropped. It was done. They still don't know about it. Hi, Mama and Papa. They're probably here. Forgot I invited them. But anyways, I went through the whole court case thing. I went through everything. And they just dropped it. But if my mom and dad would have known, then it would have been so much more effective on me, because then our judgments of self and our fear of them judging us and all that stuff affects us more. So what if said person that I didn't say her name because I don't want to be in like some lawsuit. I think she's awesome, you know, that she's doing what she thinks she should be doing. But what if all of her we's that are attached to her are causing fear that shouldn't be caused, you know, or the judgments, because so many people read her stuff that now the mind is going like, oh my God, well, what if this is happening? Or what if that's happening? Or what if that's happening? And what the guides are saying is everyone has the right teacher at the right time. my first teacher was a black magic teacher. I called him the other day and I thanked him for teaching me what black magic was, because had I not known what black magic was, thinking I was doing Christ-based work, I wouldn't know how to remove it from people. I wouldn't know how to get it off people. I wouldn't know what it looked like. I wouldn't know anything about it. But he was a high priest in some like witch thing, but he would hide all his stuff from me when I was over there, and he taught with the white light. He was a spiritualist minister, you know, and had he not taught me what I learned, like that was bad, then I wouldn't be able to see what I see today. And now I heal cancers and diseases and stuff because people accidentally will curse other people thinking they're doing spiritual work. So there's nothing that we should fear in regards to old practices. Like people are like, should I not do yoga anymore? Do yoga, but get into your me and say, what the guys say, hold on. That's so funny. They're throwing all these me's over. They're like me. I am the original me now. So say that. I am the original me now. Please show me what it feels like to be the original me. Weird. And now say, I am my original soul. Please show me what it feels like to be my original soul. And are those two things the same or different? And then I'll be able to read this once I open this up.
People are saying different.
Yeah, me too. I didn't want to ruin it, but I got different too. Now say, I am my original creator. Please show me what that feels like.
Different.
I am Christ. And last one is, I am the Father. Please show me what that feels like. Oh, sorry, last one. I'm the Mother. Please show me what that feels like. And then for the final whammy, I am God. Please show me what that feels like. That's what my me feels like.
So good.
Right?
Feels so good.
That when I say I am God, I turn into my me. What are they getting?
Someone, there's a very long message here, but the basic of it is that there's someone questioning herself if her guide should be taking the place of Christ himself when he is all that she ever needed.
No. Unless she feels like it's good, you know. Yesterday when I had the session with Carla, a big sumo wrestler walked in because Barbara came in and she's a dead person and Carla knows nothing about mediumship. And I said, you need a gatekeeper. And he looked like Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know if anyone's seen Wreck-It Ralph, the cartoon, where at the end he gets all angry and there's all these hymns running around all over him. And there was this big sumo wrestler and I could see Carla, as she was doing my healing, standing inside of his left leg, just standing there doing my healing. And he was like, ugh. And I said, well, if Barbara's going to talk to you, then she needs to talk to him. And she was like, are you kidding me? I don't grunt. Like, we both heard her say that. And this is a woman who like ruined my last dance at my wedding and like was like all like hammered in her red sequins dress, like, oh, you know, she's just like one of those just super funny. Her and my mom called drinking going to church. Like, you know, they're just like, why she ended up in my healing, I have no idea. But I think the point was that I was down low because she doesn't usually come in. Like, I don't usually get ghosts to come in. But what was interesting to me was that I could see, and I didn't know that Carla's father had passed away. I could see Carla's father like off in the distance with a projector that looked like this, like I'm the great and powerful Oz, and his face was looking into a mirror reflecting into the mirror and pushing out into the sumo wrestler. And it was pushing it into the sumo wrestler's me, like the ball. So her father was projecting a big, huge image of a big sumo wrestler from the other side, from the other world, and protecting his daughter, even though he's no longer alive anymore. So he was protecting her while she was doing the healing, but he was doing it through, it was just like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God, they don't leave us. Like, some of our guides could be our deceased loved ones, and they're just appearing different, because if we saw them as mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, we'd be like, oh, but they had a drinking problem, and I remember that one time they said this to me or they said that to me, so we discount it. But if you can look at the pure, true essence of somebody and who they are prior to having amnesia and coming down here, we're all good people. We are all good. If you believe in Christ, the person asking, if you believe in Christ, what they're saying is, and here's Christ, Christ's hand is here. Christ says, I place my hand out to each of you now. And as I place my hand out to each of you, I say unto you this. You can call me Christos. You can call me Krishna. You can call me Christ. You can call me Yeshua. You can call me the Son of the Holy One. You can call me the Son of the Holy Mother. You can call me whatever you would like to call me. Around here, you call me Michael. What you must understand is that placed in your hand is the power of God. Placed at the tip of your tongue is the truth of who you truly are. So when you speak words, you speak them into action. What keeps you from your own successes is the words that you speak. Why do you think you have to do this? When you say something, it is you, the God in you going, stop, stop. And many people will, why do you do that? Why don't you go, it's, so this is what, that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
I do it all the time. I go, and what's also funny is open mouth, insert foot. God's in our foot too.
Wow. Is that why your foot's swollen?
My feet aren't swollen anymore but they were very swollen. I've gained 2 feet sizes. Been swollen after Brian. But so the hand of God. So I am the hand of God. For if you were to jump onto the hand that is in this room, and each of you in your homes now, all you have to do is say 0, 0, 0, hand. And the me that you are will immediately be transported to the hand that is me. Imagine that you're sitting on a hand. Imagine your body against your chair, against the bed, with the walls around you. Imagine an actual hand, a plush hand under you. Use your sensory systems to actually feel as if you're in a hand. If you have to touch your own right hand and imagine that you're there, feel what it feels like. Imagine what it would be like to be in the hand of God, the hand of the Creator. And as you sit in that hand, what I bring unto you is my love. I bring unto you neutrality. But in addition to the neutrality, I bring unto you the discernment of what is right and what is wrong. For it is so easy for you to do this. And he's crumpling his hand up. Shoving yourself into oblivion, into fear, and keeping yourself from seeing the light, being the light, and seeing your way. So feel as my hand is outstretched now, and ask now, whether you're laying on your back or sitting up, ask that the God energy that is within you, the original God energy, ask that enter into and unto your spine, from the top of your spine where your occiput is, and allow it to seep down through your spinal cord. Allow this God energy, this energy that is love, neutrality, peace. It is all the graces. It is all the beauty. Allow this to drip down through your spinal cord, erasing any disease, erasing any implants, erasing any brainwashing that you receive through media, through songs, television, movies, through overhearing a quarter of a conversation that your parents said, but never heard the resolution, but took what they said first as truth. Feel every misperception. Feel every miscalculation. Every miscommunication dissolve away with this liquid or this fluid. With some of you it's gold, some it's silvery, some it's transparent. It doesn't matter what color it is, no judgment. The ego wants to judge. It wants to say, well, is it really going down my spinal cord, or is it going down the side of my spine, or is this, am I crooked, am I right? Just allow it to do what it does. Imagine a little faucet coming out of your occiput and just dripping this fluid down your spine as you sit upon the hand of God. And then holding your hand out, what we'd like for you to do is imagine that you're sitting or laying on your hand. So you're seeing this multidimensionally. You're the you that's sitting on the hand, but you're also the you that is watching over the you that is sitting on the hand. This is Christ, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. You being Christ. Holy Spirit being that fluid. The Father being the one that has you in their hand. The mother is the planet that you live on. The mother brings in the spark, the flame of life. Understand and know that as this energy continues to drip down your spine, releasing all programming that should not be there. Anyone that played with Ouija boards, or anyone that played with, someone said, dowsing rods or pendulums, or if you had angel cards that someone said are now evil, ask to see where in your spine that memory is stored, and then just allow this sweet nectar that is being squeezed from the top, from the base of your occiput down through your spinal cord. This nectar is even greater than I, the Father. This nectar is you. You are this sweet nectar, experiencing, loving, living. You are the Holy Spirit. For those of you that are not Christian, we ask for your forgiveness for this channel that we are using her mind. She knows those words, but you are the Ka. That is a spirit that runs throughout, that wants to do good. You are the essence. And in being this essence, this nectar, you are the fruit of your own life. You can either choose to refine, say, a grape into a fine wine, or you can choose to allow it to wither away like a raisin in the sun and die. We are placing upon each person's head right now a fruit basket. This is just a visualization. It's like the fruit lady. And with this fruit basket, there's every fruit you could ever possibly imagine. Those of you who have taken Reiki from this channel, she has not known why, but she has told many during their cleanse to choose a fruit. And when you eat that fruit, it'll do something for you. But she never knows what, so she never says why. It's the nectar. It is the frequency that comes from that fruit that keeps you alive. There are characteristics to fruits, but each one carries the same thing within it: moisture, water, nourishment. And if you consume it, it will make you healthy. Every single one of you have cut off from your nourishment. There's not one person in here, including this channel until yesterday, that have been allowing the nourishment of God to flow through them. Everyone gets it's Mary, so scared of the God word. They don't want to offend anyone. This channel doesn't want to say Christ and offend anyone. If we could all just know that we are beings, that we have the essence and the awareness of that which created us, encased in a body called Christos, a Christ body. If we could all just know that with our me, we can create anything that we want to be. Our me can be anything. What we'd like for you to do is to continue to allow this nourishment to run down your spine and down into a little reservoir that's just beneath your tailbone. It's like a little cup. It looks like almost like a little flipped inside out, like funnel, kind of. This is your reserves. You say your prayers, you thank God, you become grateful, you say, God, please send me your blessings, but then you say, but you don't have to because I was kind of bad, so never mind. And I really want that yellow car, but you know what, it doesn't have good gas mileage, so never mind, but I'll take the red one, but yeah, the red one's good. You missed the point. If you are nourished, if your frequency is nourished with the fruit that you are, each individual has 7 fruits. 7 fruits. An 8th fruit sits above your head. Those different fruits are different yous. They're different spirits. They're different versions of you. They're different knowledge. They're different minds. These fruits rotate throughout your lifetime to bring you different information. Fruit was made of this earth. There is a reason why. There's a reason why apple is knowledge. There's a reason why the story of Garden of Eden was made up with fruit. There's a reason why Jesus made grapes into wine. Oh. There's a reason why fruit is a part of many of the ancient doctrines. In some civilizations, spirits will not cross over without leaving them a bowl of peaches. They need the nectar from the peaches to raise their vibration enough to reclaim their Christ body and cross back over, because they've fallen out of faith. They won't forgive themselves. This all sounds very out there, but believe us when we say this, that fruit is your friend. Almonds, we warn against. Almonds are a fake sense of safety. Noah's boat built with almond trees. Moses' staff built with an almond branch. Almonds go throughout the Bible. Almonds are also a representation of the amygdala, which is the part of your brain that senses fear. Human beings will sense fear prior to any other emotion, before love, before seeing somebody for what they are, rather than what you fear they are. We cannot raise our children to be this way. Children between ages 7.5 to about 14 can become very evil. And we use the word evil very, very lightly because there's no other word in the mind of this channel to use. But let's just say void of compassion. Because they are trying so hard to find their we. Because they are no longer their family. So who is their we now? Then at 14, you move into your I am. Now you're petrified. You must find a clique. You must find a car that makes you part of a group that all have that car. You must join a sports team. You must be something where you're no longer an I, you are a we again. In the heart, just between the solar plexus and the heart, is where one of your fruits lie. Ask what fruit that is and write it down. Just make it up. In between your solar plexus and your heart, there's a fruit, supposedly. Oh my God, I don't believe this, but I'm going to go with it. Actually, I do. I just saw them in everyone. Now say, I am now in the center of the fruit. Please show me what it feels like to be nourished completely by this fruit. I am now in the center of my wine or peach or whatever. Please show me what it feels like on all levels to be nourished by this. And actually try and think of something that you're stressing out about and see if you feel the same way. So when you look at God as a fruit rather than a man, isn't it much easier to receive the nourishment? Fruit does not judge you. It doesn't say, hey, who are you to pick me off a tree and eat me? What kind of nail polish is that? Look at your shoes. Lose some weight. Go eat some of that fruit. Go eat some celery. Epiphany. Remind me that later. Okay, leave me again. So as you're nourished by this fruit, what we'd like for you to do is to ask to be taken to, as your me, be taken to a place within you where you are safe, where no matter what is going on, no matter what you are doing, there is no guilt, there is no shame, there is no fear, nothing. You could be part of a murder. You could be seeing that, and in that part of your body, there is one space for each person. It's different for everyone.
ask where that space is, and if you'd like to share, you can. And ask to be taken there now. This is the let it be. That's funny. It's the let it be area of the body. Just be. Because sometimes life is completely out of our control. And really, when someone passes away, if we are free from guilt, we feel like we said everything, we feel we believe in a heaven, we feel they've gone to a great place, we don't necessarily mourn them. We do if we feel guilty, and that's narcissism. That's only caring how we feel, because they're now gone. Until someone loses a loved one, someone would say, oh, I lost my mom and dad. Oh, let me take you out for a beer. You don't know until you know. And in this space within you, in the let it be area, you can ask to feel what it feels like. To feel what it feels like, to experience what somebody else is going through, so that you can be compassionate towards them. And the key here is, this is the kicker, you won't have to go through it yourself. You'll say this again. You will not have to go through it yourself. Had this channel understood the misery of being a drug addict, because she had known of this space so she could feel what it felt like, she wouldn't have become a we and joined a group of people that were on heroin and learned the hard way. We can teach these kids this space within them. They can find this space within them, so that we don't have to say, well, if little Johnny jumped off the bridge, would you jump off the bridge? Well, why don't you have them go into their space and say, if little Johnny jumped off the bridge, what would he feel like? Please show me what that would feel like. Oh God, that'd feel awful. Okay, I'm not gonna follow little Johnny off the bridge anymore. This generation, as well as everyone at the class tonight, are here. You're all game changers. We are refining and refining this channel. So today, my classes are getting smaller. Oh no, what's happening? We're doing it. We're refining it. We're bringing in teachings that are more important, that are more influential, and those that are dropping off can't handle the truth. They can't handle the fact that their ego is not them. They need pride. They need greed. Greed is the darkest shadow out of the entire human physiology. It lies underneath that little bucket of nectar down at the bottom of your spine in the mirror, and it is bitter. It is disgusting, and it kills. You could have greed for love, greed for money, greed for drugs, greed for alcohol, greed to be right, greed to look good. Greed is the silent killer at this time, and this is how the world is operating, on greed. So what we'd like for you to do all now, right now, is ask where in your body you're saturated with greed. You can imagine yourself, I just imagine myself like a napkin almost, or like a, what are those things that old guy that he got in trouble actually? ShamWows. I kind of pictured like a ShamWow in the shape of me, and I threw it in a thing of greed, and it stuck in certain areas. You can get your paper and pen, and you can draw out like a little U and just mark off the areas that are saturated with greed. And try to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, what are you greedy about
Are you trying to receive more love from your kids than your spouse? Do you find it amusing that you do better than other people? Do you hoard things? Do you manipulate people? Do you talk about people? Do you turn them against each other so that you can have their attention solely, their love, greedily have their love? As you see this within you, ask to see what percentage of the time your me is in that greed. I'm greedy. 100%. So I'm going to do something right now. Turn this on, and I'm going to pull everybody out of greed. That's gonna be fun. See if I can unmute myself. I can. Okay, so we have to mute that. I'm going to turn. You want to hit mute on that? Can you guys hear that? Yes. Oh, see, you have to turn. You hit that one on mute. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, that. That'll be fine. I'm great. I'm a freaking spiritual teacher. That's awful. Can you guys hear my voice?
Yeah, it's a tiny bit echoey, but I can hear you.
Huh? It's echoing, so why?
You have two mics on. Is that necessary?
I don't think so. Oh, I know.
Both computers, the host computer and the co-host computer, are both have open mics.
Well, let me mute it. Mute this guy over here.
You want me to mute the computer that's sharing or the one that's not
Mute
sharing?
the one that has this camera on it.
All right, I kind of guessed.
Okay. I think it's still echoing. Let me see. Why is it doing that? Gosh. I don't want to talk because it's going to echo. But... Okay. There, that sounds better. It's not playing. Oh. Now I want you to listen to this song again. This goes really right.
Imagine there's no heaven
going to be no greed in you. And I want you to listen to the song again and feel the difference from when we felt earlier, but I want you to allow the frequency of the song to fill in the areas that you felt there was greed. And remember, for all of you people with your egos going, but I'm not greedy. Blame it on your spouse. It's theirs, just for sake of the conversation so that you'll do the exercise, but it's you. But it's just say, oh, my husband's super greedy, so it must be his energy. But let's get it off you. And we're going to listen to part of the song, and then I'm going to switch it to another one.
Imagine there's no heaven. See as if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer,
You walking up to you.
but I'm not the only
You
one.
walking up to you. This is you that's never experienced greed ever. This is you that has only experienced grace. Join hands with them now and ask them to show you what it feels like to live free from your shadows, free from your vices, free from greed, since that's the one we're working on, free from ego, what if you could just let it be? Just be.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it
The wisdom can only
be.
enter into those that are being.
And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right
She
in
is.
front
Look
of
up
me,
and see.
speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
I, Mary, step into each of your fields at this time. What I say unto you is there is a piece of you that only wants trouble. There's a piece of you that only wants shame. There's a piece of you that wants to punish itself. There's a piece of you that wants you in pain. Let's send that piece of you now. So much compassion and so much love. The piece of you that got pulled over for drunk driving, the piece of you that was in the military and you killed someone, the piece of you that slept with someone before they got married, the piece of you that went against your parents' religion, the piece of you that left the Jehovah's Witness or the Mormons, or the piece of you that left God or what you perceived to be God. Call those pieces of you forward now. There may be millions. There may be millions. And as I, Mary, step into each of your fields today, I'm not Mary, the Mary that is usually channeled. I am a different Mary indeed, for what I bring unto you is the true power of the rose, the true power of the guava, and the true essence of that which lies within the mother's heart. For when you are a mother, anyone who has been a mother knows what it feels like to look at your child in the eyes for the first time. They can't see you, but you can see them. I can see you. I can see all of you, and you can't see me. Stop hating yourself. Stop talking yourself down. Stop allowing fear and those that are here to misguide you, lead you, shepherd you into the darkness. Stop being a we. Be a me. For me. Your bodies were created of the earth. I created the earth. I am the earth. I am you. When your bodies die, they enter back unto the earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But the consciousness that is the me, it survives. It lives. Some in hell because you think you belong there. You don't belong there. You do not belong there. The worst thing you have ever done, you did it because you thought it was right. You did it because you thought it was right. You were conditioned to believe it was right. This is not to make excuses. This is not to put the blame on anyone else. But you're all blind. You cannot see. You're mere babies. Baby souls trying to make it out of a world so that you may someday become a mother yourself and create an earth that will then create beings of flesh that will be infused with the knowledge and the bones of Christ or God's word. You're all creators. You're all teachers. Open your eyes. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty that is carried inside of you and outside of you. Stop dwelling on the past, so that you may live a fruitful future from this point forward. There is no reason why any of you should not have everything that you want. As I step into each of your fields right now, what I bring unto you is a staff of creation. This staff of creation is opalescent. There's like a beam of light, but you can actually grasp it. You can actually hold it. You can feel it. And what it truly is the baton. This earth is gone. The earth I made is gone. You are moving on. And I must say goodbye. I am passing the baton on to you to create an earth that we can be proud of. I will remain here to help the others to leave, but you must leave now. As this opalescent baton drops down into your head, down through your spine, and down into the base of your spine, rather than the coccyx being a triangle, it is now a circle. It's like the North and the South Pole. In your mind, if you would like to, say, I want to experience New Earth, where fear does not exist. Please allow me to experience it. I know there will be times that I will fall into the old patterns. I know there will be times that I will fall into greed. I know there will be times that I will fall into my shadow, but I will know that I always have this place to come back to. All you have to say is, let it be. Let it be. I am me. I am just me. What else can I do other than just witness and desire to be nurtured? That's all we want. Everything else, as they say, is gravy. Peter's talking. For those of you who are wondering who I am, my name is Gaia. And I love you so dearly. I've been with you for a 36,800 year cycle. I watched you grow. I watched you learn. I watched you blow things up. But it's time. It's time. Why am I crying? It's not playing. Oh, everybody's morphing into different beings.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away dreaming.
This has been me watching you asleep. Time to wake up.
Sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I I'm close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I'm wondering what you're dreaming, wondering if it's me you're seeing.
Feed your heart is what the Father gives you. First constriction within your heart is the Father. The knowledge courses through you that you need. You are also special. Do not ever forget that. Do not allow yourself to forget that. Do not ever, ever allow yourself to forget that. The wrong version of this one. Close your eyes, give me your hand. Ask where your flame is inside of you that is eternal. As all of the me's leave me. I will cease to exist in the way that I existed before. The new cosmic consciousness, my consciousness, my ascended self, is your new earth. This channel has channeled me before. She's called her A. She did not know what it was. She's called it A. In this case, you can ask that in your mind you be placed in a sphere of ascension, a sphere that is free of greed, of shame, of fear, of ego. This does not mean that they'll be perfect, but imagine your entire family with you. Sounds like a golf ball. It looks like the Space Needle in Epcot Center. Imagine your entire family with you. Say, I call forth every family member that I have by blood and not by blood, through adoption. I call forth all of their souls now, and if it's for their highest and best good, I ask that we all be taken to Terra Nova, Earth, that plays the frequency of A, which is what this channel has been channeling. When I have called myself the grandmother, that's why. all the pieces come together tonight in this grand symphony, this grand exchange of ego for spirit, spirit for soul, soul for consciousness, soul for beingness. For you will see discarded pieces of your soul on the old earth being used by scavengers, soulless beings. If you choose to exist in fear, you'll exist in a world of AIs, in a world of fear, in a world where people talk only of politics, talk only of religion and hell and brimstone and fire. You can choose to live in a different world. And you truly will. You truly, truly will. Look at one person standing next to you exactly the same as you, and they are so angry, they are so mad, they are so upset. It is because their me is likely a we, and there's no such thing as a we on earth anymore. The fallen earth, Maya, still exists. This is where the ghosts are. You do not need to clear this aspect of yourself anymore. Many of you go back there out of comfort. You like to looky, you like to see, you like to play. Don't go there! It only encourages it. It only sends earth energy there. It only makes it real. All you must do is be you. And then everything will be okay. So go into the place within you, your let it be area. Decorate it, make it look nice. Fill it with your family members. And write one page as we play a couple songs. Just write a page of your life starting today. You're the new director, you're the new producer, you are the new writer of your entire script. But remember, they're the writer of theirs. You cannot control another here. Even if you think negative thoughts about them, you just go down to Maya. And you reap the rewards of thinking negatively about another person. Maya is not fun. Brahma is not fun. There are 7 spheres total. You in each of your lives have experienced 8. The 8th being Maya, the fake world. The world where all your fears live. But when your sphere of consciousness is there, it's just as real as a dream. Who says that a dream isn't real anyways? Who says you're not dreaming right now? And as I, the Father, step into the field today, I say unto you that this, dear children, is something that's quite a celebration. Many of you have lost loved ones in the last few months due to the fact that they chose to leave so that they would not be stuck in Maya. Know that they are okay. Know that they chose to stay on a planet where they could continue to learn, where they could continue to grow. And they will join you here soon. You, quite frankly, are the first civilization in over 100,000 years to make it to where at least 3% of the people on the planet have made it to paradise. Does this mean everything will be perfect? No, but the imperfect things will not bother you. They will not bother you. Will you not want to help? Absolutely, you'll still want to help, but you won't get angry about it. It takes practice, it takes awareness. But hey, you're just human. And that's the way we designed it to be. Humans are not rowing with both oars in the water at times. Just going in circles. But just like we said, you may have your eyes closed, think you're dreaming, but we are watching over you at all times. And we'll always correct the flow as long as you trust. Each day, wake up and say, I trust. I surrender my shadows. And I embrace my graces. And then all that old new age stuff, that new age fear, that propaganda, the government's this, the aliens are that. It's Maya. They want as many souls with as much light as possible to be down there so that the beings that are dead can pretend to still live. But they need your light. They need your electrical connection. They need your light, your wisdom. They need your me. Because within your me, you could set off 9,684,000 nuclear bombs. That is how much power you have within you. Nuclear fusion is what created you. For you are a star. See, whoa, did I go way over? Ow, my hand hurts, Mary. Okay, Manic Monday. There's a song they wanted me to play real quick.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns
Your perfect day, your perfect life.
the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul
you all souls now.
in the winter, far beneath
Each of you have a small string like a toy.
lies the seed that with the
As we pull this out of your back now,
love in the spring becomes the rose.
you are no longer fallen. You are no longer programmed by that which is your soul's plan. You are no longer a robot. You are no longer something that doesn't have a choice. Your chains are free. Your shackles are gone. Jacinta, shake your legs. Anyone who feels if they have shackles around their ankles, shake your ankles. They're not there anymore. Release your wrists, bend back your hands. Allow the God energy to course through your body. If you have pain in your body, say activate God energy and place your hand over that area. Please do not fear anything because of others' fears. Those that are fearing are being controlled by those on Maya. Many of the ascended masters chose to stay there so that they could create a heaven on earth. It's not going quite as planned. Peter's laughing. Dumbasses. Wow. You know who stayed behind? Almoria. He's the one that throws roses at himself. Let's see who else. Maria. Is there St. Augustine? Joan of Arc. She's a saint. There's 12 oversouls that stayed. They think if they can get enough of us to be in fear through the political propaganda, through the confusion of gender, that we'll fall down to Maya, and then they'll go, hey, look, we can create whatever we want, and they'll make the earth perfect. Lucifer even rose out of there. Lucifer went to another planet. Lucifer withered away like a grape with the astral plane. He's a baby soul again. He got recycled. Well, a bad seed's a bad seed, so I'd imagine it's going to happen again. AKA George Washington.
You repeated something that you did said in the Reiki class. If you have pain in your body, say activate God energy and place your hand over that area. Wow. I said that in Reiki class. Wow. That's very cool. Thank you, Rocher. She writes down like the key things that you say. You can write them down or screenshot.
I'm still in here, but I'm not sure. I think I'm muted. It was?
You're
I
not
still have them all
muted.
in my hand. I'm still pulling them out. I have all these rings all over my fingers, and I'm going like shaking them off. I can see myself still doing it. Really?
I wish I could find someone that did what I do so I could meditations too. Oh, I was what kind of fruit was I? I think I was a pineapple. You were a pineapple? I was the pineapple lady with the pineapple fruit on my head.
There's 7 fruits on her head.
Oh.
Somebody said they saw God.
Imagine one in a space.
Someone saw God?
As pineapple.
Really?
That's what somebody had said earlier. Yeah.
Wait, there's something that, why? I'm crying. Why am I crying? I'm like,
Instead of guava in the-
It was extreme.
Yeah.
it was?
Well, that they, basically Gaia said, you cannot stay.
Gaia? Like Mother Earth?
Yes, and she left too. She passed the baton.
Oh my God, why am I crying?
Yeah.
She's the mother.
She died.
Yes,
Yeah, but it's
energy is.
No, but she died on purpose.
Yes.
well, it's not a bad thing though.
Maya's the one still down here. She's the beat
Maya's the older.
Maya's the fake version of, no, you know where Gaia just went was to Maya to try and save him. She's dying on purpose. She just like crucified herself. Like so she could die to go down there to get the rest of her children. So what is the earth makes our body, the earth makes our etheric body. And then God makes our being. Oh, I could totally chart this all night, but I don't want to bore everybody. It's funny, I have a staff in my hand and I'm going, and it hits like, and it goes, and it comes up to me and I'm like, and I go, and it's like, but I didn't know what it was. It's like a baton.
She passed the staff to us, like passing the baton. That's exactly what.
Yep.
Oh, she said that?
Yes.
But it looks like a tongue ring,
It's
a really big one. Like, you know, like with the little balls at the end. She says, stop being in your mind. Stop trying to figure out if you're upright or outright or this way or that way. Just be.
So
it's a staff creation.
So she said she'd been our mother for 38 million years or something. Gaia handed
36,000.
Gaia died to go to Maya to go save her kids.
And Gaia is A.
She said Gaia's.
A is Gaia's higher self, I just heard. A is Gaia's soul. Gaia is the me. Like the consciousness that is eternal, that lasts forever. And then we have this flame that burns, that's kind of like the Holy Spirit, and it has as long as our flame is burning, our flame can be stolen. Huh? We did? I'm like shaking so hard. You can give over your flame of life. You can sell your flame. That's your soul. You can sell your soul.
Sell your soul.
And that's what would keep things burning down in Maya, because there's no light. But that we don't have firelight, we have nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion. Sorry guys if that turned off on you, but nuclear. Whoa. Dude, this is exactly what I was seeing. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so that you guys can see. I look thrashed. I look like I just had like an all-nighter. I'm like, dude, I've been on coke all night, bender. Not that I've ever done that. Not that I went to jail for that, no. That's on Maya, okay? Let's see here.
Anyone else feeling a little freaked out? Just a little.
Who's that, Lilia?
Julia.
Julia? Why is Julia freaked out?
So Noelle was freaked out. Julia's is just a little. And then
So we
Jacinta is more balanced.
Oh, okay. Well, Jacinta's rocking it. Jacinta has freaking like a pink disco wig on. Can you see her, Scott? I'm gonna play Jacinta a song. Here's Jacinta's song to get everybody happy. Where'd it go? Let me see. So what the guides are saying is don't be freaked out. Just know that the hell you've been going through is for a reason, and now it doesn't have to happen anymore. The people that are freaked out are addicted to drama, so they want to go back to Maya.
Jacinta says she said, ha ha ha, I'm so calm with the kids and I've been really low for a few days.
Here's Jacinta. That was you, Jacinta. We're staying alive, right? Oh wow, that's a song you sing for CPR pumping? What new earth are we on? We're on Terra Nova. Terra Nova? What's Terra Nova? Has anyone ever heard of it? Is that what it means? Oh my God, look at my page turned to. It's like, I did not pull this up either. Where'd it go? Oh, it's just like popped up. Oh, New Age teacher finds Christ. That's weird. These computers listen to us, don't they?
Yeah, right, of course. You have Siri turned on.
Yeah, I have Siri on.
Yeah, Siri's on.
James von Prague and Dorian Virtue discuss life and death, how to spot a liar. Dorian Virtue, my thoughts and under change of heart. Tarot cards are creepy. So the new Earth is not called Terra Nova, it's called Earth. 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 I know, right? Why do they keep saying Brahma? That's not Earth.
That was associated with
Maya. Okay. So Maya, Gaia, and then, hold on, let me ask the new Earth what its name is. It doesn't have to have a name because it's a creation of everyone that's on it. So we are Earth. It's us. Like it's in our head. We are Earth. Like we create our own world. So everybody's going to be somewhere different. Consciously, you know, like if it's metaphysically, I guess it's very confusing, but I'm now the creator of my new reality. I'm just going to be like, just be, let it be. My spot was right here. Where was everyone's spot? Where the spot where like nothing, like I could be seeing a murder happening and I wouldn't be bothered. My spot was right here. Is that our heart's right here, right?
Yeah.
So I was right above there in this like thing. I was like in a tube almost, and I was just kind of like watching it. I was just going like, huh, that really sucks. But like it was just like, you know, I think I was my witness or something.
Shelley Myers wants to know if we need to change anything when we ground ourselves or say anything different.
No, because we're still on the ground. Because grounding is not grounding into earth. Grounding is grounding your soul into your body.
Right.
So if you want to, you can just, I am now my soul, and I now ask my soul, animate my body. If you want to. But what they're saying is you can't really get by with the whole mental body thing anymore. Remember before it was like all like commands and like I command this, I command that. Now it's about feeling.
Oh.
You know, so like you just have to feel, like that's what they said, like show me what it feels like to feel like, because you share souls with so many people, all you have to do is just say, show me what it feels like for someone who got married to someone that they truly loved and they were really happy and they had a perfect wedding. Show me what that felt like. You'll be like, you know, like you can like feel it, you know? And then show me what it felt like somebody that shares my soul, show me what it feels like to do this or to that. You can actually feel it without going into someone else's energy. That's pretty cool. I'm going to chart it, but I don't want to bore anybody here because
the meditation part's over.
You said that was really important to teach our kids.
Oh, really? Well, then how are we supposed to teach them how to do that?
Exactly like you just said. You gave the example of instead of, you know, did you jump off a cliff if Johnny did? No. Instead, how would it feel to be if
Madison jumped off a cliff twice for a boy named Chase at my little my little cult meeting. He was like, had his sunglasses down. He was like, hey, Madison, want to walk on the bridge with me? And she was like, yeah. And she like fell in the bushes and like was like crying. I pulled her out. She had leaves all over her. And he was like, oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry you fell. Want to get back up? Yeah. And I was like, oh. And then he's the one that he like wiped across her chest right here because she had sequins on. But I mean, he was 4, she was 3. And like, I was like, hands off. And I was like, hey dude, your kid just boob swiped my daughter. And he's like, let me show you how it's really done. To me, I was like, but not touching me. And he's like, good job, Chase. Attaboy. I'll show you how it's really done. I was like, 70-year-old guy married to a 24-year-old Viagra baby. Yeah, the feeling is the huge thing. And then the thing that I'm tripping out on, and if anybody wants to stay, I'm going to plug my iPad into this and draw in it. So you guys can see if you want to. And that way I can save it and I'll remember. But it was the eye on our stomach. We were the fish. We were the fish that Jesus like multiplied.
Yeah.
And I don't know the story of Jesus and fishing. Remember, didn't he make a bunch of fish and a bunch of wine?
Yeah, he fed everybody with only like 7 fish or 5 fish or something.
But we were fish with eyeballs on our stomachs, and I was pulling them all out of us. So it was like awarenesses that we no longer needed or something. It was really weird. Oh, we came from the sea. We're no longer in the sea. Oh, we're back on Earth where Atlantis is. Atlantis. So Gaia was a fallen Earth, is what they just said. Like when Eve ate the fruit. When Eve ate the fruit and then was like, oh, here, Adam, I made you a fruit salad. And he's like, oh, no, like a dumb guy, and ate it. And then God's like, how dare you? And so they got banned down into a reality that they then created, and they were God, and they were the gods, Adam and Eve. So did they just die? The real Adam and Eve are up on the real earth, unfallen. So there's choices, they're saying. Everything's a choice. So in life, you can say, okay, what's my choice here? And you can tell your kids that. What's your choice? Everything's a choice. Do you want to do this or do that? How will this choice make me feel? How will this choice make me feel? Okay, thank you. I'm going to go with that choice. You know, even though this one may look shinier and brighter and more fun, but, you know, maybe you'll catch a cold there or whatever. Or maybe you'll get back and you'll get sick, and maybe you'll get robbed, or, you know, whatever. But it's all about choice now. We have choice. We're no longer in that soul movie theater chained to like a chair watching our lives go over and over and over like Groundhog Day. I saw Brian in there. He was in like this, he was in something called an Amenti Hall. Scott, did you ever look that up? Yeah. Oh my God, it's real.
Yeah, well, it's a marble, looks like a marble hall.
A Thoth tablet. Remember I said the Thoth Luciferians were the ones that. The Halls of Amenti is a time portal passage that holds the race blueprint field that would allow the fragmented angelic humans to eventually re-evolve back to Maya. You want to go back down there, you dumbass? Stay up here. That's what Gaia did. Leave it up to Gaia.
So Suki,
He's like, I don't trust my mom. He's like, I'm going to go down there after him. He gets eaten by like saber-toothed wolf hell dogs. He's like, ah! All you see is a foot from Scott. I'm not going down there. I'm staying where I'm at. Nah. I'm all about, okay, deep in Earth's heart lies the Hall of Amenti, far beneath the islands of sunken Atlantis. Halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite all. Far in a past time, lost in space-time, the children of light looked down on the world, seeing the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. Knew they that they only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun. That's what I saw. I didn't tell you guys, I drew it. Earth merged with the sun. It was like, Earth, like that's why she died and turned into ash and fell down onto Maya. She it's like Earth, like Gaia went like this with the sun. And Madison kept telling me last week that the sun ate the Earth. And it ate the moon too, she said. Seeing the children, okay, down they descend and created bodies, taking the semblance of men as their own. The masters of everything said after their forming, we are they who were formed from the space dust, partaking of life from the infinite all, living in the world as children of men, like and yet unlike the men of the children of men. Then for a dwelling place far neath the earth's crust, blasted great spaces by their own power, spaces apart from the children of men, surrounded them by forces of power, shielded from harm, they, the halls of the dead. Side by side then placed the other spaces, filled them with life and light from above. Builded they then the halls of Amenti, that they might dwell eternally there, living with life to eternity's end. That's where Brian's living with a wife and 2 kids. We see Jeff's brothers living with a wife and 2 kids. In the halls of Amenti is what they told me. That's where all the Masons are. It's like the Mason secret. This is the way I got told it. Side by side then placed they other spaces, filled them with light. Hold on. Builded they then the halls of Amenti, that they might dwell eternally there. Okay. 30 and 2 were there of the children, sons of light, who had come among men, seeking to free from the bondage of darkness those who were bound by the force from beyond. Deep in the halls of life grew a flower, flaming, expanded, driving backward the night. Placed in the center a ray of great potence, life-giving, filling the power of all who came near it. Placed they around it thrones, the thrones angels, the 4 thrones that I see. 30 and 2 places for each of the children of light, placed so that they were bathed in the radiance, filled with the life of the eternal light. Dude, this is kind of trippy. There in the circle from aeon to aeon sit the great masters, living a life not known among men. There in the halls of life they lie sleeping. Free flows their souls to the bodies of men, time after time while their bodies lie asleep. They kept talking about eyes being asleep in all the songs that they had on. It was like everyone was sleeping. In incarnate, everyone's always sleeping. When I do your healings, there's always a layer of everybody that's asleep. Like just like laying there like asleep. The pods, yeah, they're like it's kind of like the Matrix, yeah. But I don't see it like the Matrix. I see it more like they're just laying on the grass and they're asleep. But sometimes I see people like in like mummy comas, like they're like comatized in mummy things.
Here in the hollow life of their wisdom, known not to the rest of man. The cold fire of life, said the children of light. So that's like the longest poem in the world. The word that brings about life, saying, "O Master of Darkness, guide the way of life." Yucky, yucky, yucky. That place is gross. I don't like that. It's what what I just heard was it's what the pyramids were built for. That's really freaky. The halls of Amenti. Okay, so this is what I was seeing. These things. Fusion, energy. The nuclear fusion. I was seeing all these little balls like this. Titanium, something, helium, and neutron or whatever. I don't know, but I was seeing like these little things. So it has 5 little things coming out from it. Remember, I was seeing that was what the logos was. That's all they can see. Oh, oops, sorry guys. Right here. It says sharing. There we go. Let me see. This. Now can you see? Yeah. Okay. So I was seeing this thing right here. That's the 5. And then when we were talking about something earlier, I can't remember, I'll have to listen to it again. I saw it turn into this with 6. 1, 2, 3. This. So I was seeing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then I was seeing this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I was like, that must be the densities. But I didn't know what it was. It's the sun. Oh. Nuclear fusion is how the sun is lit. There's no way this dumbass could have known that. I'm not dumb. Okay.
You said that about all of us.
We are all made of nuclear fusion.
Because we are all stars.
9,176 nuclear bomb or something.
Yeah. The power to.
There's 9 layers: non-burning hydrogen, hydrogen fusion, helium fusion, carbon fusion, oxygen fusion, neon fusion, magnesium fusion, silicon fusion, and iron ash. Iron is the Syrian robots. That's right in the middle. Iron ash. Well, I could dork out on this all night. Wow. So if anyone has any questions about the New Age stuff, just go into I am me. I release all we from me. Connect me with that which knows no fear. I am now me. Release me from all we and connect me with that which knows no fear. And then if you feel sick to your stomach when you do it, just don't do it. But there's nothing that can affect you from the past anymore because it's over. It's done. It's on a different reality. And it sounds dumb, like, especially for like the new people that are like, really, we moved Earths? But like, you can actually go on YouTube and like look up planet shifting. There's actual like scientific like research that shows that the planet that we're on is not the planet we were on before. Isn't that weird? And there's the Magellan effect, right? You guys have heard of that, right? Magellan effect, where like some people remember GIF and some people remember Jiffy. Don't you remember J-I-F-F?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Jiffy and Jeff. Yeah.
But I remember J-I-F-F-Y. I remember Jiffy.
I hear both. I hear Jeff and Jiffy.
Because now we're merged. Our timelines are merged. The Magellan effect is a trip. There's the some people believe that Magellan guy died in prison, and some believe he got out and became president. Mandela. Because our timelines are merging. Yeah, alternate realities, Mandela effect. Do they see it? Or did I turn share off? Forrest Gump. Okay, life is like a box of chocolates? Or life was like a box of chocolates?
Which one?
It is, life is like a box of chocolates.
Nope. Life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, I thought you were just wanting to quote the movie.
No. The movie is Life Was Like a Box of Chocolates.
Really?
Yeah.
So, is, was.
Here it is. Hold on. Listen. Here you go.
My name's Forge.
Gone.
What just popped
You
up?
want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Life.
You never know what you're going to get.
Life was like a box of chocolates is what.
Those must be comfortable shoes.
But it was Life is like a box of chocolates. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, and then there's
People going, is, was.
I know, right? And then this one's the trippiest one that I found was where'd it go? Okay, go away, Siri Spy. Okay, where is it? There's so many of them, it's crazy. Let me see. Right there, you're supposed to list them all. Okay, 51 or 52 United States. Is it Looney Tunes or Looney Tune? Wait, L-O-N-N-E-Y?
Looney Tunes.
Tunes, like T-U-N-E-S?
Yes.
Or L-O-N-E-Y-T-O-O-N-S?
T.
It's T-O-N-S.
I think it was T-U, but.
It's T-U-N-E-S, but it was T-O-O-N-S. I don't care what anybody says.
That's what we are.
Because it matched, but it was really, look at this picture. It's just a trip. Looney Tunes. It was Tunes. I don't care what anyone says. T-O-O-N-S, right?
Yeah, that's how I asked. Why don't you just hear
I remember it as T-U-N-E-S.
Man.
Or is it really?
The trivia one, let's see. One of them was, does Curious George have a tail, I think? Yes, he used to swing from the trees with it, I think. But he doesn't have a tail. So the other one is, the key Snow White phrase is usually translated as mirror, mirror, or looking glass, looking glass. Mirror, mirror is what most people remember the Queen saying in the 1937 Disney movie Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. In fact, describes Disney film as by far the most memorable full-length animated, blah, blah, blah. So the original book was?
Yeah, all the technicals to the fairy tales, some of those are very old, right? Oh, so you're talking about prior to this.
The Queen in the movie actually said, magic mirror on the wall. Not mirror, mirror on the wall. It was mirror, mirror.
That's the way I remember.
I remember mirror, mirror on the wall. However, the Queen in the movie actually said, magic mirror on the wall. And there's, so yeah, anyways, it's like they ask you here, like, do you have a Mandela memory or do you have like Jif or Jiffy peanut butter? I remember J-I-F-F-Y. He was J-I-F-F-Y. But it was J-I-F. I think. No, it was J-I-F-F-Y.
I remember it was Jiffy. But then I'm hearing Jif too.
Me too.
I'm hearing both now. That's bugging me.
Choosy Mother's Shoes Jif.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing Jiffy, too.
Different commercial.
But there's a list of all the Mandela effect things. Like there's like tons and tons of them. Like Billy Graham's funeral on TV, Challenger shuttle explosion date, 84, 85, or 86. I was 84.
Jiffy was Jiffy popcorn?
Huh.
That's what somebody says.
Well, it could be.
That makes sense.
Mother Teresa, a saint before 2016. Several recall her canonization in the 1990s. They also recall her name spelled Theresa. Nelson Mandela's death in prison long before his actual death in this timeline on December 5th, 2013. This was the alternate memory that launched Mandela effect. Does anyone remember Mandela dying in prison? I don't even know who he is. I recall event shifting from the red, blue, Pepsi logo changes, Chevron logo changes, and other color swaps. Are they markers, cues, or what? Anyways. Oh, New Zealand's is a part of Australia. Isn't New Zealand where they sent all the prisoners from Australia? I thought New Zealand was a bunch of jailbirds from Australia.
I don't think so.
Hey, Aussies. Oh, Australia. Oh, Jacinta, you're a convict.
Australia's convicts from England.
That's freaking awesome. You're such a badass. No wonder you were staying alive when I got you out of your chains. I should have left you in them. That's a lot of subconscious release you guys got to do over there then for all that. You could do a like a class on releasing slave contracts or like prison contracts or a bunch of bunk.
Yep, we're a bulk of criminals.
That's so funny.
My great-great-grandmother stole a scarf.
Just into you, comic. Noel says, I'm South African. Mandela became the president. He didn't die in prison. When I found out about the Mandela effect, I was with 4 people that remembered him dying in prison. Yeah.
It was a big deal. I got out.
Poor Australia. Dude, I want to go to Australia. So how's everyone feeling? Okay, good. The healings are going to last like 3 days. They just said those are big healings. I can't wait to listen to it myself and do it. I totally expected something completely different. But what's new? It's like, it was good? Okay, well, that makes me happy. Oh, geez. The point is that like, they just keep saying to keep it simple, to keep it very, very simple. It's like every single second we die, that doesn't keep it simple. That does not keep it simple. Every single second we die and every single second we choose to live. Because if we chose to die, we'd take an exit point, we'd go. So every single moment we choose to live and to savor every moment that we have, not out of fear of losing and being gone, because when you're gone, you don't even know you're gone. We could all be gone right now and not know it. I mean, Brian's got a wife and kids. And we want to live in the same reality as him, and I'm pissed as all heck that he's not in this reality, but we're God beings and we can live wherever we want to live. We choose not to live here anymore. We can go, I'm going to go live somewhere else. And we have that right as souls. But I think the key here is knowing and understanding how important our soul is. It's that flame that keeps us alive, that keeps us animated, and nobody had their flame inside of them. Everybody's flame was like, they wanted to play Eternal Flame. Did I play Eternal Flame? Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Like 80s music night. Everyone was like here, and they had a flame in front of them, and they were like all confused, like looking at it like, and I was like, dude, put it in you. And they're like, ah.
And I was like, oh, come on, seriously? We're gonna have to shove the flame into you? Because I had to have everyone do it free will, so it took forever. So then I was like, okay, I command all the flames to jump into the people, and the flames are like, they're just like flaming, you know, they're just sitting there. And then I was like, are you the violet flame? And the flames were like, how dare you call us the violet flame? I was like, sorry. The violet flame is like the shadow of our soul. And that's all those ascended masters' teachings.
Yeah, no,
Which is why they were so big on the violet laser beam a long time ago. They said, no more violet flame, only the violet laser beam.
sure, because the flame keeps us down here. The whole point is to keep us down here to rebuild a new earth here.
Yeah.
But it's not working well.
The flame keeps us in our carbon body. That's what I just heard. And that the violet flame. But our true flame, our eternal flame, puts us into like a gelatin-like body, like a plasma-like body that's eternal. And then our me can choose to live wherever it wants. It can be like, oh, I'm gonna be like Scott and go dive down into death after all those people. So Scott, you officially did not kill Atlantis. It's here. I always tease him and say he's the evil wizard that killed Atlantis. Because they told us that one time. Wouldn't that be weird if Atlantis just appeared?
Then we get Aquaman.
Oh, dude, Aquaman's so hot.
Well, there's a reason we like the movie.
I'm with you, girl.
I know, Aquaman. Well, the girl who used to work in that room right there, her mother-in-law made all the made all the jewelry for Aquaman, so she had to touch him and measure him. She made all of the jewelry for him, like with the little like symbols and stuff on it. I was like, ooh, Aquaman's cool. I wonder if we did a meditation sometime this week and asked to see what Atlantis, oh my God, look it, just asked to see Atlantis. It's there.
Yes, and not only is it there, the reason people like the Aquaman movie is because they're wanting to move to the new earth. See and feel something.
So this earth is, okay, I gotta try it out. Anyone who's bored, just go. This is just After Effects. This is just after stuff. Let me go grab my iPad and plug it in. So the Bible can be real, can still be true, but the Bible was Gaia.
I figured that the kids came down to get us and lift our ass up to go to the new earth, but they could get sucked in too.
So is that why they're like, that's why 7 to 14 or whatever. So
7 to 14 is a Lucifer body. Mental body.
look, that's who I'm going to work with.
It's like, okay, we're learning about Aquaman today, and what's the name of that freaking ancient city?
Oh, I wanted to show you guys the thing that Madison had me do. I want to see what you guys get.
What did she say?
She wants to show you what Madison did. She wants to know what you get.
Okay, well, I now know what the context was, which I didn't know the other night when I was talking to her, so I think now I have to have it. It's about speeding up. And so I saw myself going down on one of those Olympic sleighs, you know, super fast, you know. And but what she was really saying was faster, faster, faster. She was using the concept of gravity to get you to understand you need to go faster, but it didn't matter what direction you were going, really. That's what was the whole point, was to speed up. Because the faster you are, the faster the motions can't stick to you if your frequency is higher and you're moving faster.
So like speeding up your frequency,
Yeah.
your vibration.
Yeah.
Except I feel like what I'm doing is on a gymnastics bar, and I'm like.
Oh, you're just spinning the graph on. It's like,
I'm sick of my skirt getting stuck on that thing. This is
You crack me up.
What's that planet?
this is what I was drawing.
What? Is that it? Not that. I know, I can not say you're yours.
I am the heart of creation. I now step into Marissa, who was born on such date, or your name,
show me where the heart of creation is within her. So like your name and your date, since we have different, like, and then also harmonize. If you're like mad or angry, you can ask that you be harmonized. And all of your bodies will come into alignment. Like Dr. Susie would call it different parts of our brain. You know, like every single layer of our body is just a different part of our brain or a different organ. I got to take the cortisol, guys. My life was perfect for a day. Yes. It's coming on Friday. My cortisol is coming. But I was like, I took the cortisol and I was like, I'm 12 again. I'm so happy. Like I didn't feel depressed. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel like I was crying. I was so happy, like happy crying, but not like I'm so high, you know, like that. It was just more like I'm vacuuming. Hey, the kids are screaming. That's fine. I'll just go get them and hold them and vacuum. You know, it's like usually before I'd be like, having Jeff, he's off in Hawaii surfing right now on a trip and I'm vacuuming and these kids are pooping all over me and blah, blah. You know, just like finding everything wrong with it. And I was just like, this is cool. I've got kids. Like I got kids. I made people. Like I was like stoked. And then it wore off. But cortisol is a stress hormone. So the fact that a stress hormone makes me so happy, I just have no stress hormone in me. Like, cause I'm gonna interview Dr. Susie because I don't want to butcher it, but supposedly like adrenaline creates cortisol or something. So like people that are like adrenaline junkies are people that are just trying to get the cortisol. The adrenaline so they get the cortisol.
I want to try that because I think I'm a little bit like that.
You have PTSD from childhood.
Okay.
That's why you're like Kramer. Because that's like your like fight or flight like thing, you know, and then with your mom and stuff like that. That as Susie believes it all stems from PTSD from childhood, whether you're given too much responsibility or, you know, whatever, or you just basically were required to do more than a child your age is supposed to do, like you, Christine, raising kids when you were a kid. I'm trying to find my but
hit with a belt.
Yeah, being hit with a belt, that would be
that too.
Yeah, my sister sent me this little picture. It says wooden spoon survivor. I thought it was
Send you a picture of what?
Did you go to school with like, did you get ripped on the legs?
No.
See, I got, and I had bruises.
Were you like in a Catholic school or?
Line bruises from the belt. No, I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, my dad. Yeah, there's nothing like the sound of the belt coming off of the belt loops.
And then having to go to school and everything.
So,
Wait, you guys got whipped at school?
No.
Oh, I thought you just said you got whipped at school. I was like, dang. It's like lawsuit city these days. But I know that people did, like they got like knocked with the knuckles on the, like with the ruler and stuff.
Or you go out to the tree and cut your own little switch.
That's what Jeff had to do. You have to go pick his own.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah. So is the belt.
Texans got whooped in the 80s. Wow. Nuns would hit my dad and others in school. Laura, Mandela effect. Wasn't Marissa wearing an all white skirt and a dark blue jacket? No. I've been in white the whole time. No, my white skirt kept getting caught on that thing over there and it ripped it twice. And I love that skirt and I didn't want it to break anymore. I have to go to the bathroom so bad I'm gonna die. I can't find the thing that Madison drew for me, but it was like a slide. So if you close your eyes and just say, take me to the space where I need to be in order to experience the slide or whatever, that my version of the slide that Madison was talking about. Oh. And then just say, take me down the slide. Is it like a tail? It is, huh? So go down the slide, down, and she kept going faster, faster, and she was scribbling, faster, faster.
Releasing.
Huh?
It feels like it releases stuff, like no fear. Like release all your fear and anxiety and just go with it. And be
like faster, faster. Yeah, faster, faster. It's like releasing. Yeah, it is. It's releasing everything because when you go faster, faster, like you go down a slide.
And nothing will stick to you.
Yeah, faster, faster, faster. Go all the way down the slide. She says, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then you stop. And where do you stop?
So Shelley Myers wants to know, how would you know if you had PTSD?
Ask Dr. Susie.
Well, or you hit as a guy.
And it could be from anything. Dr. Susie's amazing, you guys. I don't have her. Just look her up, Dr. Susie. She's in Newport. She'll see you over Zoom. She lets you send a thing into your insurance. She just doesn't do like the insurance thing, but your insurance pays you back. She's a psychiatrist. And she I'm just so excited. The cortisol, I was just like, oh. I couldn't believe how much of an effect it had on me because I'm like, I'd rather stay on my Adderall, and like not risk her being like, well, now that you're so happy on your cortisol, let's take let's take the other stuff away. So, she keeps you on the stuff and whatever, but it's just like, I don't think I'm going to want to be on meds. I felt so great. I just felt like, amazing. Huh?
And help you stay grounded.
I was grounded. I was like, I haven't felt that way ever as an adult. I felt amazing. It was the best thing. No.
Is it pills, cream? You know?
I am going to interview Dr. Susie on Hay House. Yeah. And I'm going to have like a class. She charges kind of a lot. So I was going to offer her maybe like some money to do like an interview, like a 2-hour interview and answer people's questions and have people pay like $50 or something like that. Like just, and give her the money. Where's Scott wants to be Aquaman. I popped into a conversation that I don't know what's going on. William says, I didn't hear the conversation. She says, what, Scott wants to be Aquaman and single-handedly destroy Atlantis? Can I tell you? Good night, everyone. That was really funny. And she like caught in on like the end of the conversation or something like that. Let me go to the bathroom and then, so where I ended up was on the palate of my mouth.
I was on the palate of my mouth.
You were?
I was right behind the soft palate. Yep.
Yeah, so I was right here. And Madison and Parker both always say, Mommy, open wide. And they go, they scraped it out my mouth. And then Madison took this eraser that I didn't bring, but it was like eraser. And she goes, Mommy, like this. And so I started going, I get her and she goes, no, I'm serious. And I was like, does she know how to say serious? She doesn't know how to say serious. And she goes,
That's wild.
with this big fatty eraser that I had. So I did it. And then she went, I shoved it in my mouth and went like wiped the top of my mouth. And I felt myself go, and I went like that. And then I started spinning in my head, like that. And then it was like, I was like standing like on my pineal gland, like just spinning. It was the weirdest thing ever. But if anyone's seen the show Travelers, where they give messages through the little kids from the future. From the future, they send messages into the 21st century through kids under the age 7, because for some reason it doesn't mess with their brains. If they send it through an adult, it would kill them. So like a little kid will walk up and be like, messenger number, blah, 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 message for so-and-so, da, 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 and then the little kid's like, where am I? And they go, it's okay, sweetie, go back in your house. So Madison was like totally like delivered a message to me.
That bone affects the brain.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell her to post a link for that thing because I want to look at it, because it was very interesting, because that's
SPHENOID.
Sphenoid?
My God.
That's in our head?
That's where she touched you.
Oh, our
Uh-huh.
Who's a yogi that knows what the tip of the tongue? Because I know the tongue. They go,
Oh, Sue sent you the link.
yeah, they make you put your.
It feels good for some reason.
It completes a cycle of something like I don't know if it's energy passing through
It's
something.
a grounding or ungrounding, because when you do meditations and yoga, they'll say,
Yes.
drop your jaw.
Yeah, that's what you had us used to have us do when we were
I
doing
did?
meditations. You had us touch our tongue to the top.
I was so smart then. Okay, I was making stupid. Oops, scratch, delete that.
Wait, what was this? I couldn't see her, but I was just doing it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, because this is God. Yes, the right, yeah. Or is that one right upstairs? No, here, God, yeah, God covering the truth. To the time words into action and truth. In the garden, you put his hand.
They just said to put our me and our star that's spinning on the top. It's like a nautilus. What's a nautilus?
It's that shape that is the spiral.
Wait, a nautilus is a spiral?
It's in the shape of the spiral. It's an animal.
It's a little thing on top of our head, on the top of our pineal gland. And they said to say my me is now atop, like my me is now inside my truth. And then just feel what it feels like. And then like say like you like love your Doreen Virtuberts or whatever. Oops, I said her name again. Damn it. Scratch delete. I'm actually helping her out here. Then just imagine what that feels like, and then pull the book onto the top of your head and set it to your heart. Like pull it to your head, and if you feel like it's expansive, like if the book like gets expanded, not your head, or you feel the book gets littler, whatever, just toss it. This car, toss it. Too expensive. It's eyeliner. It's funny, I saw my little thing go. Yeah, because that way we're taking our me that's not affected by organized religion, gods, goddesses, trinities, this, that. Because when I released all the we's from you guys look like golf balls, like you look like the Epcot Center. You know, it has those little holes in it. You were like the me, you were the Epcot Center with like something going on, like a movie going on inside, but you had all these other little like little spheres stuck to you that were interfering with the movie you were trying to watch. Like going like, well, don't look over there because that's the scary part. And oh, don't look over there. Like they were like little speakers going into the little movie theater. And I peeled them all off. One person's, it was really gross. It was really gross looking.
So my me is inside my what?
My me is inside my truth. It looks like a nautilus. I don't know what a nautilus is. Can someone post that on? Nautilus.
It's like one of the oldest animals.
Whoa.
Their shells or fossils.
Wait, it's like a sea anemone?
No, it's like a beautiful hard shell.
Like a spiral shell that you'll find, or you'll see a fossil.
You'll see them at gem places.
Uh-huh.
Just beautiful fossilized shells that are in a spiral.
Wow. Whoa, look at this. Is that thing that I had coming out of my head for the longest time. Look, this thing right here. Remember that gray little thing I had coming out of my head? That went away today when I got rid of the me's or the we's or whatever.
The we's and the me's.
The we's and the me's, yeah. What a trip. Nautilus. I thought the nautilus was like a, what I honestly thought a nautilus was a compass on a ship. Diving with a nautilus. Ew, it's gross. I don't want to put myself in that.
Well, you never see them.
You're disgusting. That's literally what the mental body looks like, you guys. Huh? For that shell, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking shell. No, that is literally
what people look like to me today when they were their original self. Sorry to kill your image of what I saw. I was like, ew, everyone looks so gross. They look like a curled up little like thing, like a little like snail thing. It's kind of what an embryo looks like. Well, that's what an embryo kind of looks like until we turn into a human. Gross. Well, I don't want to put my me in that. That's gross. I want to put it in a spring. Oh no, it said put the me in thy truth. Not the nautilus. Is the nautilus a spring?
My me is inside my truth.
Yeah, my me is inside my truth. But I want to see something.
Oh, I've got the perfect picture for that.
Okay, now this is more like it. This is like what Aquaman like blows through, like yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
That would be like our communication thing with God. Okay, that's way better than that disgusting slug thing. I was not okay with that. Oh, that's really cool.
Maybe just the shell.
This is what I was seeing on top of our head, but they were calling that a nautilus.
Looks like a spring.
I know. Maybe I'm seeing like the inside of that. Who knows? I don't know how everyone else is seeing it, but it's 10:30. Okay. Fibonacci spiral. Oh. Yeah, the coil is what we healed with in Reiki last time.
Yes.
The coil was cool.
This is cool.
So was the spiral the Fibonacci spiral? Or was the coil the Fibonacci spiral? No. Okay, fine. The Fibonacci spiral is in the mirror world of the coil. So it's in creation. The coil is outside of creation. So the coil is stronger. That's cool. Let me see, I'm going to send the coil at your head. Can you feel it? You can feel everything. Can you feel it on your head? I'm going to give it to Warner. Warner, you're going to get the coil on your head. A woman just flew out of his head. You getting over someone? I saw a coil like that to his head and go, whoosh, and she went, I think I just cut a cord to an axe. He's not answering.
You cut a cord to who?
I put the coil on his head and it went, and then like a corkscrew, it went, and a woman went, ah! I went like flying out, and I saw like a heel fly through the air. Huh? It's what? Oh, it's fun. But anyways, yeah, no, well, people can rent space in our head. You know, when people rent space in our head, that's no fun. We can't think because all we can hear is their voice going, well, you should have done this or you should have done that. Like, Jeff's renting space in my head. I better text him. Okay, guys. All right, guys. I want to go home and do this meditation like right now. So I'm going to, good night, everyone. Sorry, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but was it?
It was fabulous.
Was?
And explained exactly why these people are.
But it's freaking confusing. Think of all the first time. I always think of the first time person. You know, they should be grateful. They're not stuck in freaking weird world anymore. We didn't know we were in weird world. But so I watched the first channeling I ever did. And I literally watched myself go from the top, like being like my whole self. I watched myself get tiny, go down to the bottom of me, and the gates of hell open and lava flow in. I was like, nice. And they said, no, what you were doing was you were cracking yourself open to the sun.
Oh.
Because your plant.
I wrapped it so that, it would stay in one piece.
You let me borrow it?
Yeah.
I ordered one. I'm going to get it like tomorrow or the next day.
What you do is you can just switch the volt. And yours, I popped it to
yours,
20,
that's
19.
badass.
And also, it's sometimes even 24.
I'll send you over the channeling. It's a trip.
Keep this because there's different converters for different types, and yours needed this one.
Oh, okay.
That
Let me
tip,
check it,
so
making
really-
sure it works.
It works. Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye, Erin.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Samantha. Anyone who was the first time person, sorry if it was confusing, but it wasn't me. So I'm like, it wasn't me. I don't remember. It wasn't me. It was the guides.
Always feels good.
I'm going to get a shirt that says, it wasn't me. That wasn't me. It was the guides.